Hello, everybody, and welcome to the corner of F and 9th Streets in downtown Arcata as your humble Crabs take on the Lincoln Potters in Game 2 of this three-game series. I'm Liam Warner. I'll be taking you through all the action tonight. The Professor Benjamin Schaefer is on assignment tonight, but we'll be back tomorrow. Alongside me, joining me tonight is Aaron Donaldson. Aaron, I think the best way I can sum up last night's game was a win's a win. Doesn't matter how you get it. It was not easy, it was not smooth, but they got the job done.
They were looking pretty good going into the 8th inning there. Standish had a really great night on the mound, pitching 7 outstanding innings against a good Potters team. Don't forget, folks at home, these are the Potters that played for the Pacific Empire League Championship last year. Crabs outside looking in on that game, and if they want to change that, one of the best ways to do it would be to beat the Potters for the season, and that's at stake tonight. If they win tonight, they take the series from the Potters, they move up in the rankings, taking a lead over the Potters. They stay undefeated at home. They cut the ribbon for the new ballpark renovations. Liam, there's a lot riding on tonight,
yeah,
I feel like.
Tonight is a big game, a big game. And Aaron, how about you give us the visiting lineup for the Lincoln Potters? And as always, that's brought to you by Compass Community Credit Union and the North Coast Co-op.
I appreciate that, Liam. Starting off for the Potters is going to be right fielder Ethan Liao. The center fielder Brian Williams Jr. is going to bat second. Third is first baseman Ty McGraw. Adam Paniagua, the catcher, is going to be batting fourth. Tristan Russell at second base bats fifth for the Potters. Jason Hansen, third base, bats sixth. The designated hitter Quentin Marsh is going to bat 7. Ty Russell, the left fielder, bats 8. And ending the batting order for these Lincoln Potters is the shortstop Ryan Lee. It looks like Braden Sharp is going to be throwing the baseball towards the Crabs at the bottom of the inning here.
All right, defensively for the Crabs, on the mound for the Crabs, making his second start of the season will be Jonah Fragus. He started, I believe, against the Potters on the road.
21st is when that happened. Yeah, he had 5 innings pitched, 1 run that was earned, I think, on a wild pitch, if I'm not mistaken, in the first inning there.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
If I'm reading this right, but that's no sure thing. There's a lot of numbers, and I don't always know what they mean.
Right, Ethan Liao will step into the box, and we are just about to get ready here on this beautiful Saturday night. I'm shocked that Benjamin isn't here. It's been the best weather all week. The first pitch of the ball game is in there for a called strike from Fragus, and it's a called strike. It's 0-1.
6:37 by my clock for the first pitch there. The Potters are wearing their blue tops that just look just like the sky. It is a clear blue day here in the Arcata Ballpark.
0-1 in there for a called strike again, and it's 0-2. Yeah, I really do like the Lincoln Potters baby blue.
Dig it.
Uniforms, the blue tops and the orange numbers and letters. Great pants.
Blue and orange is a fun combo.
I dig that look. The 0-2 is swung on and foul tipped at the plate, and the Crabs catcher, Liam Forsyth, was unable to hold on to it, so it's going to be a foul ball, and it remains 0-2.
Crabs beat these Potters 14-10 last night.
0-2 is fouled off down the first base line, and it remains 0-2.
Could have been a bigger margin, but the Potters mounted a comeback, I think starting in around the 8th inning. It was late, and it was owed a lot to Crabs pitching, having trouble finding the plate.
Yeah, Miles Standish, 7 really dominant innings, and then Brody Jacobs came in, and it kind of fell apart from there. Luckily, the Crabs had such a big lead. The 0-2 high and inside 1 and 2, they had such a big lead that they were able to just hold on for the win, but they didn't have such a great offensive showing. That game could have easily gone the other way. The Crabs need to, it's pretty obvious to say need to cut down on the strikes, the cut down on the walks. That pitch is fouled off the plate, remains 1 and 2. They need to up the strikes, cut down on the walks.
This is the 5th game in the last week that these Crabs have faced these Potters. You feel like they're going to start sorting each other out at some point. There's been some real roller coaster games.
You know what they say, familiarity breeds contempt. The 1-2 is fouled off the plate again. We'll do it again, 1 and 2. A good battle from Ethan Liao.
Just staying alive here.
The 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed. Strike three. A good start from Jonah Fragus, winning the battle with Ethan Liao, one away.
Good at bat, 90-mile-an-hour fastball, looks like, just down and inside. Great pitch to punch him out swinging.
Defensively for the Crabs, Keenan Morris is at third. At short is Michael Perazzo. Second, Cameron Sewell. At first is Tate Medikoff. Behind the plate, Liam Forsyth. In the outfield, right field is Tyler Howard. Center field, Jacob Pappas. And left field is Adam Enyard. And the pitch to Brian Williams Jr. is a high fly ball to right. And ranging over to his left and making the catch is Tyler Howard, the right fielder, 2 away.
Next up, first baseman, number 25.
And that's going to bring in Ty McGraw, who's been outstanding this season for the Potters.
Yeah, I have some of these numbers here for these Lincoln Potters, and you will find Ty McGraw near the top of pretty much all of those lists. He leads the team in hits with 37. That's a lot in 22 games.
Push to McGraw outside 1-0.
Just by comparison, Crabs got some hitters too. Keenan Morris has 28 hits in 19 games. One of my favorite current Crabs is on the hot plate, hot corner over there.
Oh, yeah, Keenan's been great on both sides. The 1-0 is way inside. 2-0. McGraw gets out of the way.
Finn says Morris has 27 runs, 28 hits. 486 on base, I think is what you said.
Yeah, 486 on base percentage for Keenan Morris.
That's good.
48% of the time getting on base is pretty good. The 2-0 in there for a called strike. Just caught the inside part of the plate, 2-1. McGraw questioning the call, but TrackMan did have that just scraping the zone.
Fragus upper 80s here.
Like I said, he was really good. 2-1, dribbled down the first baseline foul. I believe last Saturday, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was on the 21st that he played last, if these notes of mine are to be trusted. Gave the Crabs 5 good innings.
Well, I believe the Crabs and the Potters pretty much have the same pitching matchups from last weekend.
Right.
The 2-2 is sprayed foul off to the left.
That is the only game that they've played in this series so far that they have lost, but he left the game in pretty good order.
That certainly was not Jonah Fragus' fault.
No.
The game fell apart, guess when, in the 8th inning last weekend. The 8th inning has not been kind to the Crabs, and they've had a lead.
You could hear it in Benjamin's voice last night.
2-2, who just misses outside. Count goes full 3-2, and Fragus wanted the call, but
it was a tough pitch, yeah.
Definitely was outside. Count goes full 3-2.
Wanted a punch out here in the bottom of the first.
Nice clean inning would be very good to
It
start
would be
off the
great.
game. 3-2. Oh, boy. That
Could've
was
called that, though.
right in there on the inside part of the plate, but called a ball.
On the margin.
And McGraw's going to walk. That's the entire Crabs team was walking off the field. Instead, Jonah Fragus is going to have to face Adam Paniagua.
Paniagua for the Potters is batting 400. He's got, on the season, he's got 40 at-bats.
Ground ball right to Keenan Morris at third. Long throw over to first, and that's going to do it for the Potters here in the first. Potters 0, Crabs coming up in the bottom of the first inning. You're listening to Humboldt Crabs Baseball, ESPN 107.3 FM. Welcome back to downtown Arcata. Potters 0, Crabs coming up here in the bottom of the first. They will be facing Potters starter number 21, Braden Sharp, who I believe pinch hit in last night's game. Starting lineup for your Humble Crabs. Leading off will be the third baseman, Keenan Morris. Batting second will be the right fielder, Tyler Howard. Batting third will be the second baseman, Cameron Sewell. Batting fourth will be the left fielder, Adam Enyart. Batting fifth will be the catcher, Liam Forsythe. Batting sixth will be the designated hitter, Houston Hirschkorn. Batting seventh will be the center fielder, Jacob Pappas. Batting eighth will be the first baseman, Tate Metcalf. Batting ninth will be the shortstop, Michael Peraza. Defensively, for the Potters, in the outfield and left is Tyler Russell. In center is Brian Williams, and right is Ethan Liao. In the infield at third is Jason Hansen. At short is Ryan Lee. At second is Tristan Russell. At first, Ty McGraw. Behind the plate is Adam Paniagua. Of course, as I mentioned on the mound, Braden Sharp.
76 at-bats in 19 games for Morris. 28 hits, 4 doubles, 12 walks.
First pitch to Morris is in there for a called strike, 0-1.
13 steals.
Yeah, and then in addition to that, I mean, he plays almost an effortless third base. I mean,
big plays over there on defense.
0-1 misses up high, and it's 1-1.
I was looking at the box scores from the road trip, and Keenan Morris against the Potters has just been trouble. It's been one hit, one walk, a couple runs, just giving these guys all sorts of trouble.
1-1 pitch misses way up high, and it's 2-1. 2-1 pitch. Fouled straight back to the screen. Kind of a check swing from Morris. And it's 2-2.
When you look at the RBI numbers for third and fourth in the Crabs lineup, Enyart, Sewell, you really see the effects of Keenan Morris getting on base. Not a big RBI guy, you said, but runs.
2-2's in the dirt. Count goes full 3-2. I mean, this lineup is very well constructed by manager Robin Guyver. I mean, you have a guy like Keenan Morris at the top. Got Tyler Howard, who's off to a really good start, batting second. And then you got the RBI guys, Cameron Sewell, Adam Enyart, right behind that. The 3-2, just a pie, ball 4. So
there we go.
Guess what? Keenan Morris is on base.
What do you know? A walk. It was either that or a hit.
And he's a big threat to steal as well, as we've talked about.
Half the time when he gets on, he comes home for a run. So
yeah,
great opportunity here to show those speed skills out there.
I'd say that's pretty good. And I'll bring in Tyler Howard, who's joined the team on the road in Healdsburg, and he's been great ever since.
Made a big impact his home debut.
This pitch to Howard is sprayed foul off onto F Street, and it's 0-1.
Kind of surprised they're not trying to keep Morris a little closer to first base. Braden Sharp is looking that way. But in my mind, it's like, throw it over there immediately.
Yeah.
Make sure he knows you're watching.
Well, my guess is the Potters probably have a plan, but we'll see how Keenan Morris does here.
Oh,
And there we go. There's a throw over, and Morris is back in safely.
Yeah, everybody has the same numbers.
Yep, that's right. And they've seen plenty of Keenan Morris over the last week, so
yeah, they were there.
They are well aware. The 0-1 misses high and outside, 1-1.
Benjamin was saying, in his opinion, this team is more of a power team than we've seen in the past for the Crabs. You think that's a fair assessment?
I think that is definitely true. This team can hit.
Yeah.
Definitely one of the better offensive teams that we've had in recent memory. 1-1 is a ground ball right to the shortstop. Flip to second for 1. On the first, double play. So 2 down.
Just a tough bounder there between the gap. Shortstop was able to scoop it, make a pretty clean toss to second, on to first. You call it a boilerplate double play, but those are hard. So
yeah.
They make it look easy.
And of course,
It is not.
with the earlier start by a half hour, 6:30 start, I mean, the sun angle is okay at the moment, but it's about to get worse
You were saying that last night.
for
Yeah.
the infielders. Cameron Sewell will step in, and the pitch is, ooh, bit off the plate outside, but called a strike, 0-1.
That is one of the downsides of clear evenings here in Arcata is there is nothing to the west of us, so the sun is going to be there all the way to the horizon.
0-1 is sprayed foul off to the left.
If you're in
and it's
short,
0-2.
if you're in short or third or left field, even center field, that could be a big problem.
Yeah, it's going to get pretty tough out there as the evening goes on. Cameron Sewell, he's been outstanding
Yeah.
offensively. 0-2, high and outside, 1-2. Also's got that nice pink bat.
The weather app says it was 68 degrees in Arcata, which qualifies as hot
Oh, that's
here
warm.
in the North
That
Coast.
is warm.
Yeah.
Benjamin would say that's freezing,
Yeah,
but
yeah. He doesn't know what he's talking
the
about.
1-2 is in the dirt, and it's 2-2.
This Montana fella says too warm.
Yeah.
68 degrees.
Yeah, well, yeah, Benjamin's from Southern California, so
Well, I know.
anytime it's cloudy, I mean, he's not too happy. And, of course, it's beautiful, and he's not here. The
Yeah.
2-2 is in the dirt. Count goes full 3-2. We've talked about it. One of the things this Crabs lineup is really good at is patient at bats.
Yeah. Just really battling, making the pitchers work, realizing that there are like not infrequent wild pitches which give you opportunities, and
Yep,
if you can
that's
just
right.
stay alive.
Opposing teams will help you out quite
Right.
a bit. The 3-2 is a line
That's-
drive out to center field.
Yeah.
Williams coming in, he
Oh.
dives,
Oh.
and he makes a really nice catch. What a catch by the Potters center fielder, Brian Williams Jr., laying out on a ball that was really diving in front of him. And that is not easy to dive straight out in front of you and get a baseball that's near the ground. But Brian Williams makes the play. That's going to do it for the Crabs. Here in the first, we are scoreless as we head to the top of the second inning. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM.
Welcome back to the ballpark, Crabs fans. Today's game is brought to you by Baywood Golf and Country Club and Big Blue Cafe. Visit the Crabs' favorite, the Big Blue Cafe on the Plaza in Arcata. Serving breakfast and lunch all day. Welcome home to the Big Blue. Also, Crestmark Millwork. Crestmark Millwork is a local manufacturer of custom cabinetry and millwork for commercial projects throughout California and Oregon, creating signature elements of extraordinary spaces since 1997. Crestmark is committed to promoting a healthy and productive society by investing in the relationships with our employees, local communities, suppliers, and customers.
Thank you, Aaron. Top of the second inning, it will be Russell, Hansen, and Marsh due up against Jonah Fragus.
And this is Tristan Russell. There are two
Tristan Russell, that's
T.
right.
Russells for the Potters.
Tristan Russell in there for a called strike, 0-1, and home plate umpire Topo Padilla is giving a lot of room off the plate outside. I mean, if he's going to give it to both teams, then I guess that's all right. You got to adjust to it.
27 hits in 19 games for Tristan Russell, 386.
0-1 misses way inside. Russell has to duck out of the way. It's 1-1.
3 home runs on the year, 3 triples, 5 doubles.
Yeah, I mean, these Potters got guys who can hit, and that's why you don't need to be walking a bunch of them and giving them free bags. The 1-1 is a slow ground ball to the second baseman, Sewell. Throw to first, 1 away.
Just 2 lazy hops there to second base. He charges on it, makes the glove, and throws it to first base. 1 out.
And that's going to bring in Jason Hansen, who pinch hit last night.
Tonight is 50-50 tickets being sold. Next up, third baseman number 24.
Well, tonight's a special night, as you alluded to earlier. State Senator Mike McGuire, he's actually just below us,
Oh, yeah, there you go.
handing out cookies to the crowd.
Wearing that Cal Poly hoodie.
That's
Looking
right.
good.
Pitch to Hansen, low and outside 1-0.
Go Jacks.
They did a whole dedication ceremony to the new ballpark, the new parts of the ballpark.
He was fired up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Mike McGuire always comes in here with that good energy. The 1-0 pitch is in there for a called strike, 1-1. Arcata City Council was here. The Crabs Board of Directors. They had a ribbon cutting. It was super cool to recognize all the effort that's gone into the new ballpark facade and all the improvements. And,
Looks
and
great.
Senator McGuire was huge in making that happen. The 1-1, it's in the dirt, 2-1, securing the funding on the legislative side for all the improvements here at the ballpark. So big thank you to Senator McGuire and everybody who had a hand in making that happen.
He called it one of the best ballpark on the North Coast. I love it. It's a
I
jewel.
think he's right. The 2-1 in there for a called strike, and it's 2-2. Although I think the Senator is based in Healdsburg. So
we need to get a quotation of that.
yeah, we need to see
And we need
which
to send it to
ballpark
the
is better,
Packers.
Arcata Ballpark or Recreation Park in Healdsburg. We need
If
to
we
press the Senator
get
on
the
that.
Senator up here and see if we can.
2-2 is a ground ball right up
Cause
the middle
trouble.
and past
Oof.
the diving shortstop in the center field for a base hit.
Yeah, that was a pretty good lined shot through the gap. There really was no way to make a play on that.
Oh, just right up the middle.
Squared up on that. Pretty good hit for the Potters. 1 on. That was Hansen.
Yep. Runner on first with 1 out. That's going to bring in Quentin Marsh. I think Finn's trying to get a cookie from the Senator.
Cannot blame him.
Pitch
It's Senator McGuire, Finn.
pitch to Marsh is in there for a strike. 0-1.
Pretty sure you don't get elected to the U.S. Senate to have people call you Mister. Trading a vote for a cookie. Finn learning democracy here in the Crabs media booth. This is how it works.
The 0-1 is
The question is,
low 1-1.
is Finn's vote on the radar for Senator McGuire? Let's find out.
Yeah.
Good times.
Senator's working his way up to the booth, and maybe we'll
Oh, there we go.
maybe we'll get some cookies from him. We'll see. Stay
Ask
tuned.
him about the best ballpark.
Yeah,
This to me
Fieldsburg
is
or Arcata, the 1-1. Ooh, another called strike off the plate outside, 1-2. I mean, home plate umpire's been consistent on that, so.
need an out here. Need a double play ball.
Double play would be the ideal outcome for the Crabs.
Hey, Senator.
1-2 pitch. Low and outside, 2-2. Finn securing
Attaboy,
cookies
Finn.
for the booth from the Senator.
Coming through clutch. Coming up
Attaboy,
big.
Finn.
There he is. Yeah, right there. Okay. Really do not want to fall behind early to these Lincoln Potters. They've got plenty of offense, and playing catch up is a lot of work.
Yeah.
Thank you.
2-2, misses high and outside. Count goes full 3-2.
Thank you so much.
It's understandable you don't want to get too near home plate. Just a whole lot of hitters on this team. Just a low strike ground ball. Here we go.
3-2, fouled straight back. We'll do it again, 3-2.
That foul ball brought to you by Wild Planet.
Amazing. We got pretty good cookies, too.
3-2 is a ground ball right through the right side of the infield. That's a base hit. Hansen's going to put on the brakes at second. The ball gets away temporarily, but shortstop Peraza there to back it up. So it'll be first and second with 1 out for the Potters.
Quentin Marsh keeping it alive here for Lincoln. Line ball this time through the second base, first base gap. Just a roller right away. Again, no play on it. The good news is the Potters aren't on the corner. It's just first and second.
I'll bring in Tyler Russell.
At number 7, Tyler Russell plays left field.
Mr. Russell, line shot foul off to the right. Zone 1.
Tyler Russell's batting .288 in 18 games. He's got 15 hits, 1 double, 7 RBIs in that time.
Well, if you're 8-hole hitters hitting in the 280s, that's pretty good.
12 walks, 8 stolen bases.
The 1 pitch fouled straight back to the backstop. It's 0-2.
Does have 20 strikeouts, though, which, if I'm not mistaken, leads the Potters. He said, hopefully.
That's right.
Got an 0-2 here. That's what we want.
Well, if the Crabs did a strikeout batter of the game like the Potters do, they have the dog batter of the game. They pick a Crabs hitter, and if they strike out, there's half-price beer. I think the Crabs might be picking this guy, but
I was listening.
We do not do that here.
Listening to your broadcast, and I was getting annoyed by the barking over the radio, and I cannot imagine being in the stadium.
I did not love that.
Game.
I'm just going to say that right now. And I'm glad we don't do that.
Good
Nothing
idea
against
on
the Potters,
paper.
you know.
On paper, I love this idea, but when you do it, it's like this gets annoying by inning 4.
0-2 is popped up down the right field line.
No.
Medikoff racing after it. It's going to drop foul. Yeah, the Potters do a lot of great stuff.
Yeah.
But that was definitely not my favorite.
The sound effect is the only criticism I have.
Yeah. Dog batter of the game's fine. I mean,
what about a graphic or like a flag?
I think it'd be kind of fun if we did that, but
what if there's an actual dog? You could walk across home plate.
That's right. I think it was half price off of a specific brewery.
There you go.
Down there in Lincoln. I forgot what the name of it was, but
here for that.
We could set something like that up here.
We got great beer options here at Crabs Stadium.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much.
0-2 is a slow ground ball. Cut off by
Get
Morris. Flipped to second for 1, and he's not going to have a play at first, does Sewell. So that's going to be a force 5-4.
Looks like Jason Hansen is made his way to third base there. He had to kind of hop to get away from the ball, but he was able to do that. And that may have taken a step off of Keenan Morris's charge there. But that being said, I don't know if there was any chance at a double play there.
No, Keenan Morris makes really difficult plays look really easy.
Yes,
that
he does.
Is not an easy play with the base runner
with
running
that
right
kind
in
of
front
traffic.
of you. Slow ground ball. Ryan Lee fouls it off to the right, and it's 0-1. I've compared Keenan Morris many times to Matt Chapman. Matt Chapman for the Giants is a guy who makes really difficult plays look really easy at third. Keenan Morris is the same way.
Former Athletic and Blue Jay, if I'm not mistaken,
That's
which are two teams that I really supported, at least the Oakland team.
0-1
Toronto, I'm still here for.
Fouled off to the left towards the Crabs dugout, 0-2.
I like Matt Chapman. That's a good call because he's also a good third baseman.
Very good.
He's kind of a big stick guy, though.
Bit of a streaky hitter, but defensively is very good. I'd say Keenan is doing better offensively than Matt Chapman usually does.
Maybe they should call him up.
Yeah, the 0-2 pitches outside, runner goes.
No contest.
And is going to steal second without a throw. That's Tyler Russell. So that makes it second and third with 2 away. And with 2 outs, the Crabs were not super concerned about Russell getting the second.
Looked like Forsythe had to kind of corral that ball, too.
Yeah, it wasn't an easy pitch to throw either. That is true. The 1-2 is fouled straight back to the screen. We'll do it again. 1-2. One-two pitch swung on and missed. That was a filthy breaking ball from Jonah Fragus. A strikeout. Ryan Lee, and that's going to do it for the Potters here in the top of the second. They strand runners at second and third. We are scoreless as we head to the bottom of the second inning. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, Humboldt ESPN 107.3 FM.
Welcome back, Crabs fans, to Arcata Ballpark. The Crabs are hosting the Lincoln Potters. It is 0-0 here with Adam Enyart leading off for the Humboldt Crabs.
That's right. Enyart, Forsyth, and Hirschkorn.
That's what I had. Okay, look at me
Due
go.
up against Sharp. Pitches outside 1-0.
I was trying to figure when the last time the Crabs saw Sharp was, and it looks like it might have been back on the 20th, which was the first game when they played the Potters on the road. He pitched 2 innings in that game.
That's right, the 1-0 misses up high 2-0, and then I believe the next game he started in the outfield.
Oh, interesting.
Maybe it was the other way around, but
Sure.
Either way, in one game he was position player, and the next game he pitched. A 2-0. This is out. Oh, nope. We got the wide strike call. It's 2-1.
Okay.
Well,
Pitching really tells the story. On the 20th, when the Crabs won, the Potters had 7 pitchers. The Crabs had 3. They lost
2-1 swung on and missed. It's 2-2.
to the Potters on the 21st, and both teams had 5 pitchers fielded. On the 22nd, when the Crabs won, they faced 8 pitchers. And it's like if you're seeing that many pitchers coming, that's telling you a story.
2-2 is grounded foul off towards the Crabs dugout. Still 2-2. I think the Potters have a lot of pitching depth.
Yeah.
But yeah, the game where they threw out 7 pitchers, I believe that was the game that Torrin O'Haron started last Friday,
Yep.
and then he started again last night.
Yep.
Did a little bit better. 2-2 is up high. Count goes full 3-2.
O'Haron pitched 3 innings on the 20th and 4 innings last night.
Yeah, did a little bit better in terms of length. The Crabs still put a lot of pressure on him.
They did.
Both times. The 3-2 is line just fouled on the first base line. We'll do it again, 3-2. Enyart, the Crabs home run and RBI leader. 5 home runs.
Batting .366, which is pretty good, but
3-2 reaches out and pokes it on a slow ground ball to the Potters' first baseman McGraw. Steps on the bag, 1 away.
32 RBIs, which is pretty good for .366.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Me and Benjamin were talking on the radio last night. We don't actually know what the Crabs' RBI record is
Right.
for a single
That's
season.
a good question.
But he definitely, I would think he's on pace. He's on pace to get pretty close to that.
We talked about the home run record, which is currently 10, and Enyart's halfway there with more than half the season left.
We'll bring in Liam Forsyth. Pitch to Forsyth is swung on and missed. And it's 0-1. The 0-1 misses low, and it's 1-1. Oh, I see somebody in a Dodgers sun hat. Ooh,
How's that make you feel, Liam?
kind of sick. The 1-1 pitches in the dirt, and it's 2-1. Oh, he's sitting right below us too, so now that's all I'm going to see.
Just gonna glow in your periphery.
Yeah, that's right.
If you hear a grinding sound, it might be Liam's teeth.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Get him a mouth guard.
The 2-1 is a slow ground ball. Nice glove by the third baseman. Throw over to first. 2 away.
Real tough hopper over there to Jason Hansen playing third base for these Potters. And again, I'm thinking a little bit about the Sun when he makes that catch. It was a low hopper, but it had like a high bound on it. And he gloved it and made a great throw.
The Sun is getting worse at this point, not getting better. It's
Right.
not going to get better until a bit later on. Houston Hirschkorn will step in. 2 outs, nobody on. Pitch to Hirschkorn is swung on and missed, and it's 0-1. Pitch, good breaking ball from Braden Sharp. Drops it right down the middle. It's 0-2. 0-2 pitch, a ground ball to the third baseman Hansen. Gloves it, throws to first. That's going to do it for the Crabs here in the second. They go in order. We're scoreless as we head to the top of the third. You're listening to Humboldt Crabs Baseball, ESPN 107.3 FM. Welcome back to the corner of F and 9th Streets in downtown Arcata. Top of the third inning. We are scoreless, and Aaron Donaldson is going to thank some of our fine sponsors,
including Cypress Grove Cheese. Cypress Grove is the leading producer of delicious artisan goat cheese, including Humboldt Fog, one of the most famous cheeses in the country. Proudly based in Arcata, California, Cypress Grove cheeses are available at cheese shops and grocery stores nationwide and online at cypressgrovecheese.com. There's nothing like that Humboldt Fog feeling.
That is very true.
Very true. Although
I'm
tonight,
still dreaming of that cheese platter. Hopefully we get one this season. Delicious, delicious cheese. Liao will lead it off against Jonah Fragus. Liao is fouled off, and it's 0-1.
I have a foodie friend in Florida, and he raves about the Cypress Grove cheese.
Cypress Grove cheese is top tier.
Yeah. When they say one of the most famous cheeses in the country, it's true.
I believe it was in the Netflix show Big Mouth.
There you go. Ergo.
There was a Cypress Grove cheese featured. 0-1. And it's a slow ground ball to Morris. He gloves it. Throw to first. Oof. Oh, and Hirschkorn just can't pick it over there at first.
Tough break for the Crabs there. Keenan Morris makes a pretty good break. Catches the bounder.
And that's going to be a base hit.
Throw is just a little off target there.
Our official scorer, Benjamin Schaefer, is on assignment tonight, so I'm making my brother, Finn Warner, the official scorer. Because he's the only one up here who actually plays baseball. So he would know, which plays are hits and which plays are errors. Brian Williams Jr. steps in, pitches in the dirt, and it's 1-0. Finn over there operating the TrackMan system. When you see the pitch speed in the strike zone, that's Finn doing all of that. 1-0, and there for a called strike, and it's 1-1.
You're a solo show on the road, though.
Yes, I am a solo show on the road. We don't have the TrackMan on the stream on the road because I can't tap into the other team's TrackMan systems.
Sure.
But
Benjamin's coming with you to Medford, though, it sounds like.
He is. I'm very excited. The 1-1 is a very slow grounder down the third base line. Basically a swinging button. It's just going to die right in front of Keenan Morris, and that's going to be an infield single for Brian Williams.
One high hop, and then it looked like a bunch of backward spin, and it just stopped. And Keenan Morris, Fragus, neither one of them had a chance to make it.
Keenan Morris has made spectacular plays, but he was not going to make that one.
No.
I don't think really anybody was going to make that play. So first and second, nobody out. That's going to bring in Ty McGraw, one of the most dangerous hitters on this Potters team.
Yeah, this is a dangerous situation for the Crabs. Both of these teams have been putting up points when they face each other, and it's only really, it feels like a matter of time until that happens, but you want to score first.
Say, I've been putting up a lot of runs.
See, this is my first time tonight. Runs, not points, Aaron. Runs, not points.
First pitch to McGraw is a broken back, caught by Hirschkorn, and then somehow missed the tag on Brian Williams. He caught it, and then Brian Williams was right there as he caught the baseball and brought the glove down. I'm kind of shocked that Williams somehow missed that tag. And Robin Guyver, I think he's going to go out and have that exact conversation, because
it looked pretty good to me.
It looked good to me, but I mean, you know, he definitely could have missed the tag.
And he's argued his way out of calls in the past, so why not give it a shot?
Robin Guyver's conversation with the first base umpire was pretty short, and Guyver seems pretty satisfied with the explanation. So just going to be a line out, but what a play by Houston Hirschkorn.
Almost unassisted double play there at first base.
That was spectacular. I'm bringing Adam Paniagua. And, I mean, big credit to Brian Williams for evading that tag, because, I mean, that was bang, bang.
It looked like it could have been a hit.
Pitch to Paniagua right down the middle for a called strike 0-1.
The barrel of the bat split, and a huge piece of it kind of flipped its way out towards just to the right of the mound there, and the ball was kind of like lobbing, and so it's like you couldn't just stay put. You had to start making your way out, but...
Right, it's hard to make a play when a shard of a bat's flying at you. A little bit of a hazard. The 0-1, way outside, gets past the catcher, Liam Forsythe, and both runners are going to move up on the wild pitch. So that's a big play, because that makes it second and third with less than 2 outs. 1 out, to be specific.
Creates a sac fly situation, which is not ideal.
And now the corners of the Crabs infield are going to come in. The middle infielders are going to stay back.
You also lose a double play ball. Not great.
That's right. 1-1 is a shallow fly ball out to right.
It's going to try him.
Coming in and making the catch is the right fielder, and the play at the plate is not going to be in time. Leo's going to score, and the Potters lead 1-0.
Tyler Howard made a pretty decent throw. It was on line. It just took too many hops to get there and was a good beat and a bit late. Potters up 1-0.
Well, the Potters went up 1-0 last night, and Crabs exploded offensively. So remaining at second will be Brian Williams. 2 outs now and a run in. That'll bring in Tristan Russell.
It's the cost of that wild pitch right there. I don't know that that pop fly would have meant anything at all with first and second being the situation.
That's why the wild pitch was so big. The pitch is a line drive out to Howard in right field, but right to him. Makes a nice catch, nice basket catch just off the ground, and that's going to do it for the Potters here in the top of the third. They get a run, they lead 1-0. So we head to the bottom of the third inning. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. Welcome back to the corner of F and 9th Streets here in downtown Arcata. Bottom of the third inning. Potters lead 1-0, and Aaron Donaldson is going to thank some more of our fine sponsors.
Including Charleston Tree Services, we're here to help you with your growing concerns. Our locally owned and operated family business has served homeowners and commercial property owners throughout Humboldt County since 2007. Compass Community Credit Union. Hey, Crabs fans, team sponsor Compass Community Credit Union is happy to point you towards a better banking experience. Visit their conveniently located branches in Arcata and Eureka or online at compassccu.org. That's compassccu.org.
Jacob Pappas will lead it off, and the first pitch is in there for a called strike 0-1. Braden Sharp, he's faced the minimum through 2. He walked Keenan Morris to lead off the first, but then that was erased on a double play. Only base runner he's given up. The 0-1 is swung on and missed, and it's 0-2.
Tough last inning for the Crabs. Definitely could have gone through the inning without giving up any runs. But kind of a tough situation on the wild pitch there.
0-2 is swung on and missed, strike 3.
Boy.
That's a tough at bat for Pappas. He goes down on 3 pitches. 1 away. And so far the Crabs are not seeing Braden Sharp very well. It's going to bring in Tate Medikoff.
Next up, first baseman, number 26, Tate Medikoff.
Tate Medikoff's hitting .310 this year. He's got 9 hits and 6 RBIs, 7 walks.
Pitch is swung on and missed 0-1. 0-1 pitch is a hard grounder out to the Potters shortstop. Throw over to first, 2 away.
Just got a little bit on top of that. It was 82. It was in the strike zone. Timed it up pretty good. Just shot it right towards the infield there.
Make way for the bat boy.
Ryan Lee making the play. That's going to bring in Michael Perazo.
Up next is the shortstop, number 13, Michael Perazo.
Like you said, Braden Sharp just making short work of these Crabs.
Pitch to Perazo was fouled off the plate and off of his right foot, it appears, and it's 0-1.
Chasing inside, looks like there.
Perazo in a little bit of pain, walking it off. Looks to be relatively okay. Pitch misses up high, and it's 1-1.
Looks like 17 hits and 52 at bats for the Crabby shortstop.
One pitch, sprayed foul off to the left.
Heads up.
Out of play, it's 1-2.
Foul ball brought to you by.
This would be a good time for his first home run. Let's see one.
Yeah.
Why not? Knot it up.
Perazo's not really much of a power hitter, but you never know.
I'm hopeful.
Yeah. 1-2 is popped up left side of the infield, and foul territory on the third base side is the third baseman Hansen makes the play, and that's going to do it. Here in the third, Crabs go in order. They trail 1-0 as we head to the top of the 4th inning. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. Welcome back to downtown Arcata, top of the 4th inning. Potters lead the Crabs by a score of 1-0, and it'll be Hansen, Marsh, and Russell due up for the Potters against Jonah Fragus.
Jason Hansen has 11 hits this season, 17 games, 42 at bats. Struck out 8 times.
Hansen misses inside 1-0. 1-0. Misses low, and it's 2-0.
Starting out with Potters on base early. It's not great. They're only down 1-0, but at some point it's going to catch them.
2-0 in there for a called strike, and it's 2-1. Two one, misses just low and outside. Count goes to 3-1.
Healdsburg is up on the Mudcats 12-0 in the 6th.
Whew. Not too surprised.
Yeah, they're good.
3-1 is in the dirt ball 4. So Hanson works the leadoff walk.
That was a 4-pitch walk, if I'm not mistaken.
5-pitch walk.
5-pitch walk.
And that's going to bring in Quentin Marsh.
Medford Rogues are losing to the Stockton Pearls 1-0, bottom of 3.
Once again, don't forget tomorrow.
I believe the Rogues walked off on the Pearls last night, if I'm not mistaken. I think I remember seeing on their social media.
Their Rogues are currently second in the Pacific Empire League.
I know, they're
4-2
kind of a bit of a surprise.
in league play.
I don't think the Rogues were really picked to be top of the league.
No.
They're definitely off to a very good start.
Yeah, Prune Packers at the top 6-2. The Rogues, Potters, and Crabs 4-2, 4-3, 4-3 respectively.
Yeah, it's going to be tight
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
Which is why the series is important, I feel like.
Yes. Pitch to Marsh, misses outside 1-0.
Ultimately, your record, obviously, in the league is what's going to decide who gets to play for the championship. But
Yes.
mathematically, if you win the series against the second-place team, that's a good start.
Yes, very good. Especially at home. The 1-0
Yeah.
in there for a called strike, and it's 1-1.
Well, the 2 wins at Lincoln were part of a tough road trip for the Crabs. It was 6 games on the road against the top 2 teams in the Pacific Empire League, Healdsburg and then Lincoln. They took 1 from the Prune Packers and 2 from the Potters.
1-1 is in the dirt. Count goes to 2-1. And I think if you ask the Crabs coaches, that is a very good road trip to get 1 win from the Prune Packers and 2 from the Potters.
Yeah.
That is a total success after going 0-6
Right.
against those 2 teams on the road last season.
And with league play being so important
2-1 misses outside, and it's 3-1.
for the rankings, it's like you got to get every win that you can.
Oh, yeah.
Healdsburg is not going to lose very many games. If you can be one of the teams to hand them that loss, that is good. That will help.
Yeah. 3-1 is swung on and missed. Good pitch from
great pitch.
Fragus. 3-2. Pitch was right on the low inside corner.
Staying upper 80s, 87 that time.
Sprayed foul off to the left. And we do it again, 3-2.
Got a full crowd, looks like, here at the Arcata Ballpark, and 155 of you folks watching on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Love having fans all over the place joining us for Crabs baseball.
That's right. Runner goes, a 3-2 is a line drive into center field, and it's going to drop right in front of the center fielder. That's going to be a base hit. That's going to make it 1st and 3rd with nobody out for the Potters.
Looks like they've got a second round of
Just a lucky break there by Jason Hansen. He took off running, and it was a lobber out to center field. It looks like the crabby center fielder, Jacob Pappas, out there had to block the sun before he could make a play on it, but it might not have mattered. It dropped well in front of him, so it was just a pretty good little blooper hit there.
Yeah, it definitely looked like he didn't see it very well.
Another sac fly opportunity for the Potters here. This one they've definitely earned.
And a chance for the Potters to add on.
Hopefully a sac fly is all it is.
Well,
Got a double play opportunity.
hopefully an out without a run scoring is
That would be ideal.
what it is, but we'll see. Pitch to Tyler Russell is swung on and missed. He tried to hold up. He definitely went around. It's 0-1.
87 just below the strike zone that time for Fragus.
The one swung on and missed again, 0-2.
Big swing up top of the strike zone there. Pitcher count. Let's go. Get a strikeout.
0-2 pitch, misses low and outside, and it's 1-2.
Potters plated one last inning, moved over from second to third on a wild pitch and brought in on a sac fly. 5 hits for the Potters so far, 0 hits for the Crabs.
1-2, ooh, called strike 3. What a pitch from Jonah Fragus, placing it right on the lower outside corner. 1 away.
It's like his 3rd strikeout of the game so far. Just a great pitch in the zone. Caught looking.
Perfect pitch from
now
Jonah Fragus.
Double play gets you out of this inning.
That's right. Ryan Lee stepping in.
Big strikeout there.
Lee's ground ball right to Morris at third. Throw to second for 1, on to first.
Nice.
Double play.
Nice.
And the Crabs get out of it with no damage here in the top of the 4th, but they trail 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. You're listening to exciting Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM. Welcome back to downtown Arcata, bottom of the 4th inning. The Potters lead the Crabs by a score of 1-0. And Aaron, are there any more sponsors we need to thank?
There are 2. North Coast Co-op, sorry, 3. The North Coast Co-op. Crabs Baseball is also brought to you by North Coast Mercantile. Family owned and operated, serving Humboldt County since 1951. North Coast Mercantile brings you a fantastic assortment of domestic, import, and craft beers, as well as wine, spirits, non-alcoholic beverages, and snacks. Check out the North Coast Mercantile's Titus trailer in the right field beer garden in the Arcata Ballpark. 8 taps featuring local microbrews, wine, and cider.
And we love all of our sponsors.
We got one more, and then we're done.
Helping to bring Crabs baseball to the airwaves. Keenan Morris will lead it off. He's the only Crabs hitter to be on base so far. Pitches in there for a called strike. It's 0-1. Braden Sharp has faced the minimum first time through the order. Keenan walked to lead off the first and then was erased on a double play. 0-1 and there for a called strike again. It's 0-2 right on the corner.
Pitcher count right away. Need to see Krabbies on the plates with no outs.
And Braden Sharp has been really, really good so far.
Right.
The 0-2 is sprayed foul off to the left, and we'll do it again 0-2. The Crabs just do not have him dialed in yet. And we'll see if they've made any adjustments second time through the order.
If you're out hit 5-0 and only down 1 run, I would say you're hanging on.
Oh yeah, the Crabs are in a good position. The 0-2 is popped up, left field, left fielder racing in towards the line, locating the baseball, and in foul territory near the Crabs bullpen, making a very nice catch. That is Tyler Russell.
Long run for number 7 out there for the Potters. Lost his hat in the third or the left field area there, but makes the catch pretty close to the fence. He had a couple more steps to go. I was hoping the sun would get in the way. Got some long shadows cast here.
I'll bring in Tyler Howard. Howard is popped up left side of the infield.
Come on.
It's going to be the shortstop Lee trying to find it in the sun and makes the catch 2 away.
Crabs looking at another 3-up, 3-down inning here. Not great. You got to make him pitch more than one pitch.
Yeah, I know. You got to give a lot of credit to Braden Sharp. I mean,
yeah.
I think he's just been on it so far. He's locating really well. Crabs obviously have not found an answer to him just yet. They'll bring in Cameron Sewell.
Here's somebody who could provide one. Let's go.
Yeah, definitely right. In there for a called strike to Sewell, 0-1, lefty-lefty matchup.
We said it before, but 23 hits in 16 games for Cameron Sewell, including 7 doubles and 3 home runs, 19 RBIs.
0-1 is a line shot down the first baseline foul. 0-2 hit a home run last night. Out to right field.
Plates one now, and we're tied. That would be great.
That would be very good.
Why not?
Well, the Crabs, who generally get into very favorable counts, are getting into a lot of pitchers' counts, as you've said. Pitches in the dirt, 1 and 2.
That's been real uncharacteristic for these Crabs. Has been facing a lot of 0-2, 1-2 pitch counts.
It's not often that an opposing pitcher is getting ahead of Crabs hitters this consistently.
If it happens, they're able to fight their way back into it.
1-2 is low and outside, and it's 2-2.
A lot of tough break flyouts, I think.
Pitch is a ground ball fouled on the first base line. We'll do it again, 2-2. Crabs, of course, still searching for their first hit of the game. And it's Braden Sharp.
Crabs are facing these Potters for the 3rd game in the series tomorrow afternoon at 12:30. That's a great time for baseball in Arcata. Come check it out.
Ewan Benjamin will be on the call.
Yeah.
2-2 is a high drive to right field. The right fielder looking
Let's
up,
go.
and that ball is way gone. It hits off of the roof of City Hall, and this game is tied.
Cameron Sewell from Sac State just wallops that 100 miles. Bingo off the bat, out to right field. On the roof of City Hall, like you said, that is exactly what the Crabs needed. 1-1. Go Crabs, go.
That ball was crushed to right field. I mean, I don't remember the last time I've seen a ball hit to right field that hit off the roof of City Hall. I've seen off the window.
Ethan Leal knew it. His head was back and up. He was watching that thing head towards the marsh.
Bringing Adam Enyart, pitches outside 1-0.
Here's another guy that can blast it. If the Crabs can light it up 2 in a row here, take a lead, it'd be big. Let's go, Adam.
1-0 is a high fly ball out to left center field. Brian Williams Jr., the center fielder, will range to his right and make the catch, and that's going to do it for the Crabs here in the 4th. But Cameron Sewell, his 2nd home run in as many games, ties up the game at 1 as we head to the top of the 5th. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM.
Welcome back to the ballpark, Crabs fans. It is 1-1, and Crabs baseball is brought to you by U.S. Bank, strengthening our local communities. Our commitments come to life through our people, programs, and policies. Together, we can make a difference in the communities we serve. And Liam Cameron Sewell has done it again.
I know, man. Cameron Sewell. Another shot out to right field, this time off of the top of City Hall. And just like that, the no-hitter and the shutout were erased.
He hit a 3-run homer last night to give the Crabs a lead, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right. That's exactly
Just
right.
Teaching the Lincoln Potters his name. Absolutely love it.
That is right. And, I mean, that's one of the farthest home runs I've seen hit out to right field in a while. And
everyone knew.
I believe, I'm looking through my binoculars right now.
Is there someone up there getting it?
I thought I saw the baseball still sitting up there. That might be something else, though.
Good stuff.
I don't know if it's still sitting up there, but
good stuff.
That was crushed.
Well, the city council was here tonight, so they've got the ability to go get the ball, I would imagine, if they want to.
Yeah.
Get a signature on that thing.
Pitch to Liao to lead it off. Misses inside, 1-0. Fragus out for his 5th inning of work.
Had himself in a little bit of trouble from time to time, but with a 1-run scored, not too bad.
I know it was a line shot out to left field, going over, and over his head is Adam Enyart. And cruising into second with a leadoff double is Ethan Liao.
Enyart took kind of a shallow route at that ball, but it was into the deeper part of the ballpark there towards the 394 sign. Just a great line shot out towards left center.
I'm not sure if Adam Enyart took the route to the ball that he wanted to, but
looked a little shallow.
With the sun angle out and left, I mean, it's very difficult to see the baseball right now. So runner at second, nobody out. That'll bring in Brian Williams Jr.
Kind of a gray-blue haze on the hill. Otherwise, totally blue sky right now.
Williams shows bunt, pulls it back, takes a strike, 0-1. It's a little bit of shallow right field is in the shadows and very deep corner right field, but the rest of the outfield is in the sun currently. First base in the shadows as well. If he looks back to second. 0-1 is a ground ball to the left side. Perazo picks it up, throws to third, and oh no! They did not tag Ethan Liao, apparently. I guess
he called it, it looked like.
I guess Morris didn't hold on to the ball, and Robin Guyver is really upset at that call. It really looked like
he was going to call it out, and then changed his mind.
Held on to the ball and tagged Liao out at third. And Robin Guyver is as angry as you're going to see it.
Yeah, they're still talking about it out there. He's pointing to the place where he made the tag. We all saw it. It looked like he was going to call it out, and then he called it safe like something happened after the play, but Morris held on to the ball.
My guess is that the third base umpire ruled that Morris did not hold on to the ball.
Bobbled it or something.
I'm not sure that's the case.
Guyver has a few more things to say.
Robin Guyver, well, he's going to walk back. He was pretty close to getting ejected.
I was going to say. Tough
break. I'm not sure about that one.
Tough break for the Crabs. Runners on the corners, nobody out. Right after tying it up, the Potters are in position to take the lead back.
Well, the Potters had first and third, nobody out in the fourth, and they didn't get anything.
They were sent packing. Fingers crossed they can do it again. You just don't like the look.
Ty McGraw is going to step in, and that's going to go as a fielder's choice. Nobody out for Brian Williams. Tough call over at third. Pitch to McGraw, and there for a called strike, 0-1. Of course, from up here, it was definitely hard to tell. But it looked like to me that Morris made the tag.
It looked like the umpire called him out and then changed his mind.
That's called an umpire's balk.
Yeah, and to me it suggests there was like a bobble or something, but Morris held his glove up like he had the ball.
Runner goes from first, the 0-1 is in the dirt, and no throw down to second by Forsythe as he bobbles the baseball. So
that was a low pitch that he had to grab. It was down in the dirt, and he was able to catch it.
So that's a big steal because that makes it second and third with nobody out.
Definitely takes away that double play ball we were just talking about. Tough spot now for Fragus. Needs a strikeout.
1-1, pitches popped up foul territory, third base side. Morris going into deep into foul territory, and it's going to drop foul 1 and 2. Now, if he had made the catch over there, that actually would not have counted because of that out of bounds line that runs past the Crabs dugout fence. So even if Morris would have made the catch over there, it would not have counted. And it's a 1-2 count now on Ty McGraw. Infielders in at the corners. The 1-2, right outside, 2-2.
This is a hitter that can punish the Crabs. They don't necessarily even need to be in scoring position for Tyler McGraw. He's got plenty of home runs this year. 28 RBIs. Hitting 463. Uh-oh.
Yeah, no, those are some pretty good numbers. 2-2 pitch, up high, count goes full, 3-2.
It's just an all or nothing out here. If they get a hit, they're going to plate 2. 1 for sure, maybe 2. A strikeout would be huge.
3-2 pitch is fouled off to the left. We'll do it again. 3-2. Or is it second and third with no outs? Here in the top of the 5th, we are tied at 1.
It feels like the middle innings is where these teams really start just putting runs on the board and making each other race to the finish line.
Two is a ground ball right to Peraza. Gloves it, throws over to first for the first out of the inning, but Liao comes in to score, and the Potters take the lead. It's 2-1. An RBI ground out for Ty McGraw.
Well, it was a pretty good play for Peraza there. Just absolutely no chance to stop the runner. You got to get that out at first base. The second baseman's just standing where he's at, so.
Brian Williams remains at second. I mean, could have been worse there.
Good as a sac fly, right.
Crabs will take the out here in the 5th inning. There's a long way to go. Paniagua will step in, and the pitch is just misses low and outside, 1-0.
With nobody out, a runner on third against a team like this, the odds are very good they're going to plate 1. You're just trying real hard to limit the damage at that point.
And then the Crabs offense has scored a lot of runs this season. So
they have it in them. They're going to have to get past Sharp to do it, but
runner goes from second. The pitch is outside, and again, Forsythe does not have a play on Brian Williams Jr., who has another steal, this time of third.
73 low and outside. Forsythe was able to glove it no problem, but it was on the opposite side of his body from where the runner was going, making it a pretty tough catch and toss.
I remember Brian Williams Jr. in Lincoln doing the same exact thing, stealing second, stealing third, then coming home on ground balls. The pitch is swung on and missed 2-1. I mean, he can manufacture a run pretty much all by himself.
Another sac fly opportunity for the Potters. Just don't like saying that.
Crabs infield in at the grass all the way around now. 2-1 is popped up.
Get there.
In the infield down the third base line, and the catcher Forsythe had it in his glove for a second. He drops it.
Oh, it was such a tough situation. Fragus, Forsythe, and Morris all came together at the same time. The catcher had to come back and sideways across his body to try to grab it. Maybe just lost it looking vertical there.
That was a really tough play for all three of them. I mean, nobody had a good line on the baseball there.
Just a big opportunity for a fly ball out. That's not going to move that runner from third. Needed that.
Forsythe almost made a spectacular play.
He really did make a good lunge for that. It was in and out of his glove. Like, tough to see that.
So a 2-2 count on Paniagua with 1 out. Runner at third. Again, the infield in at the grass all the way around.
Tight spot for the Crabs.
2-2. This is just low and outside. Count goes full. 3-2.
Paniagua's got 12 RBIs this year and 40 at-bats. He's hitting 400. Uh-oh.
I'd say that's pretty good.
Uh-oh.
3-2 is a ground ball right to the shortstop. Peraza's in at the grass. Looks the runner back to third. Throws to first. 2 away. Good play by Michael Peraza.
Making it real clear to the runner at third that he needs to stay put before he makes that throw. That's Smart baseball.
You have to factor in, too, with the angle of the sun and the fact that Peraza's playing in at the grass.
Right.
You know, much less reaction time. I mean, that's a really tough play.
Well, and it's Brian Williams Jr. out there who's stolen first to third, so you know he's got the legs to want to try.
That's right.
If you look the other way and start to cock, he's going to go, and he's got a chance of beating you there.
So I'll bring in Tristan Russell, runner at third with 2 outs, and a run in for the Potters here in the top of the 5th. They lead it 2-1.
Got to keep this at a 1-run game right here.
I think the Crabs will be pretty happy with that. Pitch to Russell is swung on and missed. Filthy pitch.
Yeah, that was
Jonah
a great
Fragus.
strike. Just a ton of movement. It looked to me like it was way inside. Trackman says, nope, that was a pure strike.
Right on the corner.
Great pitch.
Bearing in on Tristan Russell. Downward breaking action. 0-1 on the corner again. Called strike. 0-2.
Working the same area there. 88 that time. 75 on that first breaking pitch. Mixing it up. Making him guess.
Pitch is inside, and it's 1-2.
Just going to keep working on the inside there.
One hit. Fielder's choice.
Tristan Russell's having to get out of the way of that one.
One-two pitch is a ground ball.
There we go.
Right at Cameron Sewell, the second baseman. Throw over to first, and that's going to do it for the Potters here in the 5th. They get a run, though. They lead 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. We're listening to Crabs Baseball. Humboldt's ESPN 107.3 FM. Welcome back to FN 9th here in downtown Arcata, bottom of the 5th inning. The Potters lead the Crabs by a score of 2-1. It's going to be Forsyth, Hirschkorn, and Pappas due up for the Crabs. We'll see what's going on around the Pacific Empire League. The Rogues have tied it up.
Ooh.
2-2, bottom of the 4th inning, up at Harry and David Field in Medford. And then the pitch to Forsyth is fouled straight back. 0-1 is 13-2. Healdsburg, top of the 7th at Recreation Park against the Solano Mudcats.
That's a lot to a little.
Yeah, the Prune Packers, they can hit. You know, when you have guys from the SEC and the Big Ten and formerly the Pac-12, you're going to have a pretty good team. The 0-1 is up high, and it's 1-1.
Potters plated one in the 3rd, one last inning. Crabs got one across in the 4th, 2-1 here in the 5th.
1-1 just misses up high, 2-1. Crabs offense really hadn't done anything until Cameron Sewell just crushed a baseball out to right.
Woke everyone up.
Farther than I think I've seen anybody hit a baseball out to right field that I can remember. The 2-1 in there for a called strike, 2-2. I don't remember the last time I saw a Crabs hitter hit one off of the roof of City Hall. I mean, maybe Damian Henderson did it back in the day, back in 2019, but since then, I don't think I've ever seen it. The 2-2 is a line drive on a hop right to the shortstop. Picks it up and a great throw to first. one away. And what a great play by the Potter shortstop, Ryan Lee. That was a really tough play. He's picking it on a tough hop and then throwing it across his body to first.
Has to go to the dirt, reach out and back. I thought for sure we had an opportunity to get a crab on base early here, and he says, no, you don't. 5-3, 1 out.
A lot of the times, you know, opposing
6-3.
teams against the Crabs, the opposing shortstop is going to mess up that play somehow, either boot it or throw it high over to first. But
Right.
Ryan Lee just made that look easy. Pitch to Hirschkorn is a little looper
Get
that's
down.
through the right side for a base hit. A whopping 64 miles per hour off the bat. That's not even the speed limit on 101.
Yeah,
And
you drive that speed in California and you're going to hear some horns.
Yeah, that's going to be a base hit for Hirschkorn.
It looked like Tristan Russell was going to be able to make the catch on that ball, but it just kept floating and blopped right behind him there.
Which is well placed. Sometimes it's not a matter of how hard you hit it, it's where you place the baseball.
Just got to get on base.
Runner at first, 1 out. Now bring in Jacob Pappas. Mr. Pappas swung on and missed. Nasty breaking ball from Sharp. 0-1.
Pappas struck out in the third.
Yeah, it was a pretty quick strikeout,
It
too, on
was.
3 pitches.
Yes, it was.
I was hoping to see a few more pitches out of Braden Sharp this time around.
Down 0-1 as it is.
Throw over to first, and Hirschkorn back in standing, but I think it was a bit closer than he
It
would
was
have liked.
close. Yeah, he came back at kind of a weird angle, too, and
Yeah.
had a little hop on the base there. A little worried about a late tag.
It was not graceful, but he got back. That's what matters. 0-1. Misses just low and outside. 1-1.
That was a tough take. He's been calling pitches out there, and you definitely don't want to go down 0-2 right now.
Well, the catcher dropped it, and
Yeah.
usually when you drop a baseball, unless it's an obvious strike, the home plate umpire is not going to give you the call. Although that's not a rule. I mean, a strike is a strike no matter what. The 1-1 is swung on and missed. 1-2.
84 and outside from Sharp that time. Looks like the Potters might have someone starting to warm up out there. Crabs have someone throwing in their bullpen. Can't tell who.
1-2.
Too many fences in the way.
Mrs. Lowe, it's 2-2. The Crabs might love to see the sight of someone warming up in the
Yeah.
Potters bullpen, because everybody else not named Cameron Sewell has
Yeah.
not done very well against Braden Sharp, although Hirschkorn with the single. The
I was
2-2
gonna
is
say.
popped up onto F Street.
Crabs have 2
Again.
hits. One of them was a bona
2-2.
fide dinger, and the other one was barely.
Yeah, one was crushed 400 feet out to right, and one was hit 64 off the bat into right field.
Went about 5.5 feet in the air. But he's on base.
2-2 is a ground ball foul down the third baseline.
Third baseman would have had a pretty good play on that.
Do it again, 2-2. Who is that? I think Max Hippensteel out there backing up the Crabs bullpen, making a nice play in foul territory.
Thought you were going to say that's who's warming up, and I'm like, that's who closed him out last night.
2-2 is swung on and missed strike 3.
Oof.
So for the second time, Pappas strikes out against Braden Sharp, although this time he saw a few more pitches out of him.
And was able to foul a couple off, but couldn't run into anything. 2 outs now for the Crabs with a runner on first, trailing by 1 in the bottom of the 5th.
I'll bring in Tate Medikoff.
Hitting .310 this year, 9 hits, 1 home run, 6 RBIs.
Shemedikoff is a line drive out to left field and over the left fielder's head and up against the wall for extra bases.
He's gonna
Hirschkorn
go.
is going to be waved around
Let's go,
third
let's
and
go.
the throw into the plate, and he is way out.
Just not even a chance.
He is out by a mile. And that was a great throw by left fielder Ty Russell, and just a dart right to home plate, and there was no chance for Hirschkorn to score. And that's going to do it for the Crabs here in the bottom of the 5th. They trail 2-1 as we head to the top of the 6th inning. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, ESPN Radio 107.3 FM.
Sorry.
Welcome back to Downtown Arcata. Top of the 6th inning. Potters lead the Crabs by a score of 2-1. New pitcher in the game for the Crabs. It is number 30, Caden Kohlberg.
Kohlberg's pitched in 8 games for the Crabs, 13.2 innings, 7 hits in that time, 22 strikeouts, 14 walks. And ERA is 2.63.
Caden Kohlberg is kind of a night and day pitcher. I mean, he either is unhittable and is very, very good, or he's very wild and really has command issues. So we'll see.
I could be wrong. Oh, no, he did. He pitched against the Potters. He pitched .1 innings on the 21st in the loss to the Potters there.
Yeah, I think that was the game last Saturday that got away from the Crabs. Pitch to Hansen in there for a called strike, 0-1. So Caden Kohlberg looking for some retribution against these Potters.
Starts at 89, up and on the margin. Just a great first pitch strike right there. Love to see it.
The 0-1 is a fly ball to right and a line drive right to Tyler Howard, who reaches over just to his right to make the catch. 1 away.
Early first out for the Crabs here. That's exactly what they want. They're only trailing by 1. The Potters have been putting a lot of people on. They've out-hit the Crabs 6-3 at this point. The third hit for the Crabs was a really exciting double with a tough throw out at home plate. Tough choice to send the runner there. Got blueberries going.
Quentin Marsh will step in. Pitches in there for a call strike, 0-1. The blueberries are courtesy of Crabs Queen Tamara. Always love the blueberries up here in the booth. Tamara says I have to share, but I really don't want to. The 0-1 is in there for a called strike.
If you don't, I'm letting her know. That's all I'm going to say. I love Tamara hooking up the kids with prizes when they wear costumes. My son.
Tamara's a former teacher, so
loves that.
Right on a hop to second baseman Sewell on the first 2 away.
Just a neat little 4-3 right there, and the Crabs got 2 out here in the top of 6.
That's going to bring in Tyler Russell.
Next up, number 7, Ty Russell.
Russell swung on and missed, and it's 0-1. Senator McGuire walking around with another full plate of cookies. Man, how many did they bring? Must have brought a lot. The 0-1.
That's a large tray of cookies.
It's just low inside 1-1. I mean, they already came by with a full tray of cookies a few innings ago. And
he's also got a little kid with him holding a hand. Like, he's got his hands full right now.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of responsibilities.
Dad mode and also handing out cookies and being a state senator at the same time. Pitches high and inside 2-1. Of course, as you said earlier, wearing that Cal Poly Humboldt hoodie.
Let's go, Jacks.
Go Jacks, indeed. 2-1 is a pop fly out to right, and Hirschkorn calling off his second baseman and making the catch, and that's going to do it here in the top of 6 for the Potters. They go in order, but they lead 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. Welcome back to Downtown Arcata. Bottom of the 6th inning. The Potters lead the Crabs by a score of 2-1. Will be Peraza, Morris, and Howard due up. And this might be a new pitcher.
Krusty making his walk through the ballpark here.
Yes, it is. It's number 29 for the
Bottom of the
Potters.
6th. Let's see who that is.
It is number 29, Peter Jensen, on the mound for the Potters. While we wait, let's take you through some scores from around Major League Baseball. Oh, the Giants, I don't even want to.
How they doing?
They lost 1-0 to the Chicago White Sox.
The vaunted Chicago White Sox.
Yeah, and that's all I'm going to say about that game.
After a tough series with Miami, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. They were able to
The Dodgers lost.
They were able to win one game against the White Sox last night, so I guess that's good. The West Sacramento A's beat the Yankees. You're happy about that, Aaron, I'm sure, by a score of 7-0.
I am not a big A's fan right now
In the
because of the
Bronx.
move, but I
Yeah.
hate the Yankees.
Well, I know
so
you hate the Yankees.
I'm tortured here.
No, I don't like the A's for what they did either.
Any woe at all to the Yankees, I will accept it, even
Yeah.
if it means the former Oakland Athletics.
I love A's fans. I do not like A's ownership.
Ruthless, heartless.
I am not very happy with the A's owner, but that's a whole other discussion we could have another day.
Yeah.
As Peraza steps in, pitches low 1-0.
Call that a can of worms right there.
Yeah.
Don't open it.
1-0 is in the dirt.
This is why Aaron is a Mariners fan now.
2-0. Mariners, very nice. I
Yeah.
can vibe with that.
I do like a good underdog team.
Well, the Mariners, I mean,
It's a cool name.
they have not had very much postseason success. They haven't gotten into the postseason
Right.
in a while.
Although-
2-0 is low and outside 3-0.
If Portland gets a team, I'm going right there.
Oh, yeah. Well, Portland deserves a team, in my
They
opinion.
do. It would be so cool.
Yeah, it would be super cool. We'll see if it happens. I
Everyone
know there's a
says
whole
it's not a baseball town, but
there's a
I
whole
disagree.
committee. 3-0 is in there for a called strike, and it's 3-1.
Tough
and
call.
Pitch was a bit low.
I mean, he was going to take it no matter what, but Portland's been on the short list for a major league team for a long time.
Oh yeah, I think they'd
It
be
feels like the Pac Northwest can't handle
be a
that many
great
clubs.
major league town. The slow ground ball to second baseman, gloves it, throw to first. A great play made by Russell. second
Tristan
baseman.
Russell there,
Tristan
yeah, coming in
Russell.
from second base. It took 3 lazy hops, and it looked like the pitcher was going to make a play on it, and then he kind of bugged out at the last minute, and Russell had to make a quick grab and toss. But he got that out. One out.
I'll bring in Keenan Morris.
Really love to see Keenan Morris get a hit here. 16 at bats, 6 hits, 4 walks, 6 runs against these Potters just in the last week or so. He's got a walk today.
Mr. Morris is grounded foul down the first base line, and it's 0-1.
I think my favorite part is when you say, let's check major league scores, and then you tell us the Giants score, and that's the end of the update.
Yeah. I always like to give Giants an A's first. The 0-1 is a line drive off of the glove of the
there
third
we
baseman
go.
and bounds behind the bag, and that's going to allow Morris to reach. We'll get our ruling from our official scorer.
I would probably call that an error, but I could see it going either way. It
Finn says that's an error.
looked
So
like an error to
it's
me.
going to be an error on the Potters' third
E5.
baseman, Jason Hansen. And I agree. I mean, I'm sure it was tough with the sun angle and everything, but
He's in the shade over there. It was a single hop and a crouch. He just missed it off the tip of his glove.
it's a play he should have made for sure.
Yeah.
Runner at first with 1 out. That's going to bring in Tyler Howard, which is low and outside 1-0.
Big lead for Morris that time. He's definitely thinking about it. Does lead the team in steals. Bit of a breeze, shade on most of the field now. It's starting to cool off here in the ballpark.
over the first, and Morris is back in safely.
Keeping him close.
And another throw over to first, and Morris is back in safely again.
Leads the team in steals, keeping him close. If he could get to second base with one out and get a runner in scoring position, that'd be big for the Crabs. They're only down one.
That'd be big, but Peter Jensen is very much paying attention to him. The 1-0 is in there for a called strike, and it's 1-1.
Fregus pitched 5, is that right?
I'd have to check. I believe so. 1-0 is swung on and missed. Pitches way outside the throw down to second, and second baseman couldn't hold on to it. And sealing second is Keenan Morris. So just as Aaron said,
doing what he does, getting in scoring position. Every time he's played the Potters, I said at the beginning of the game, it's been a hit and a walk and a run. He's got the hit. He's got the walk. Need a run.
Well, the Potters coach is now out to talk to the home plate umpire about something. I mean, maybe he's asking for interference on the hitter, maybe getting in the catcher's way, but that appears to not be what the umpires are going to call. So Morris stands at second. 1-2 count on Tyler Howard. And he swung and missed at a pitch that was well off the plate outside, so it leads me to believe that the hit and run was probably on. Two is fouled straight back. It's right off the pole. And we'll do it again, 1 and 2.
7 RBIs this year for Tyler Howard.
He's only been with the team.
I was going to say, join the team late.
A little over a week.
7 games, 25 at-bats, 10 hits, 1 home run, 2 walks. Struck out 9 times.
1-2 is off the handle of the bat. Fouled off to the right into the Potters dugout.
Just chopping away right here.
Do it again, 1 and 2.
This is a big at-bat for the Crabs.
That's right. One-two pitch. Ooh, called strike 3. That was a perfect pitch from Peter Jensen right on the upper inside corner.
Yeah, you really can't argue with that. 75 up and in. Caught looking.
Totally fooled Tyler Howard. So that's going to bring in Cameron Sewell, and his last time up, crushed a baseball onto the roof of City Hall out in right field.
Gonna send him a bill for the roof.
Yeah.
Let's make it 2.
Yes.
Take a lead. Gave the Crabs the lead last night. I believe in the 6th. Why not?
It's just Sewell right down the middle. Called strike, 0-1.
That was a great pitch. Coming right at him. 84. In the zone.
The 1 fouled off to the left.
As always, Debbie's on YouTube saying, come on, Crabbies. I like that there are YouTube regulars. There are Arcata Ballpark regulars. You got Crabby regulars everywhere you go.
Definitely have our regulars on the YouTube. We appreciate everyone tuning in on YouTube and on the radio. ESPN 107.3 FM.
1340 AM.
That's right. Pitches outside, 1 and 2. We appreciate Zach Rogers back in our Bi-Coastal Media Studios in Humboldt Hill, helping to bring the action to everybody on the airwaves. 1-2, misses just outside, 2-2.
Stone cold take right
That
there.
was, yes, couldn't have said it better myself. Gutsy take. I mean, that pitch has been called a strike earlier in this game.
It has, and he's sitting on 2 strikes right now, just hoping for that one. Oof.
Two, and that hits Sewell right on the back. So he's going to head down to first. And
yeah.
Obviously, Peter Jensen did not want to hit Sewell with 2 strikes.
No, but he's still going to hear from this cheerful Arcata crowd because he absolutely put that one way inside 77. Looked like it hit him on the leg.
Oh, the good news is that first base was open. Bad news is that stepping into the box is Adam Enyart.
I mean, pick your poison. Cameron Sewell or Adam Enyart. Who would you want to throw the ball at? And the answer is neither.
I would say Cameron Sewell's been the hotter hitter as of late.
Yeah, it's true.
But
and so the
you still
question
don't
is,
want to pitch to Adam Enyart.
does that mean number 16 here is due? Because I would like to say yes.
He might be. He might be.
If he could send one out towards 101 right now, he would give the Crabs a 2-run lead. Let's see it.
Well, we've seen a ball crushed out to right onto City Hall, and we could complete one out to left field onto 101 South. Or even north if he hits it hard enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pitch to Enyart, and there for a called strike, and it's 0-1.
Leads the Crabs with 32 RBIs, 5 home runs, 6 doubles, 26 hits, and 71 at-bats. 366, that's pretty good.
I would say those are pretty solid. 0-1. Ooh, that is a tough call.
Strike.
It's 0-2. That was well off the plate outside.
That's a hard way to go down 0-2. Should be 1-1. Instead, it's 0-2. That's a hard change right there.
I don't know how Adam Enyart's expected to protect the plate out there. I mean, the 0-2 is a slow grounder foul.
Lucky
down
foul
the third
ball
base
there.
line.
That would have been the end of the inning.
Do it again, 0-2.
Thomas Seaborn following the Crabs on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, good. Tom Seaborn. You know that guy. I miss that guy.
Let's go, Adam.
So 2 pitches popped up. Shallow center field, racing out to second baseman, but coming in is the center fielder, Brian Williams Jr., and he will make the catch. And that's going to do it for the Crabs. Here in the 6th, they leave a couple of on, but fail to score. They trail 2-1 as we head to the top of the 7th inning. You're listening to Crabs Baseball. ESPN 107.3 FM. Welcome back to F and 9th in downtown Arcata. Top of the 7th inning, close ball game. Potters lead the Crabs by a score of 2-1. Due up for the Potters, it will be Lee, Liao, and Williams against Caden Kohlberg out for his 2nd inning of work. Pitch to Lee in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1.
Tate Metcalf hit a double in the 5th that brought, who was it, Hirschkorn around, and if they hadn't sent him, the Crabs could be looking at a different score. I don't know.
0-1.
Big choice there.
This is outside 1-1. Yeah, I mean, third base coach Jeff Giacomini, I mean, you can dissect every single decision a third base coach makes. I mean, in hindsight, I don't know if I would have sent him. The 1-1 is swung on and missed. 1-2.
You understand being aggressive with these Potters in town. You cannot expect it to stay 2-1 for very long.
I can understand the mentality behind it, but that was a gutsy decision by Jacko, and it didn't necessarily work out. 1-2 is swung on and missed. Strike
Big
three.
strikeout
Pumped
right
a fastball, 89, right down the middle. One away.
That was Ryan Lee that struck out, yeah?
That's right.
Absolutely. Crabs fans, if you were listening last night, you heard Liam tell the listeners the name of the former farm team for the Crab. That's our trivia question tonight. If you know, go on YouTube there and let us know. What was the former farm team for the Crabs called? There's two possible answers here.
If you were listening last night, you'll have the answer.
Both of them. That's how I learned it.
Ethan Leo pitches high and outside, 1-0. The farm team was in operation when I first started watching the Crabs as a fan.
Very cool. 2010s, you said they stopped sometime in there, maybe?
I believe so.
Ish, yeah, okay.
That's just a rough estimation on my part from memory. Pitches in there for a called strike, 1-1. I believe they used to just play, day games at the Arcata Ballpark when the Crabs would have night games, and of course would play probably night games when the Crabs are on the road. The 1-1 pitches outside, 2-1. But yes, the Crabs did used to have a farm team of sorts.
Would love to see that come back.
2-1 misses up high, 3-1.
More baseball, please. Thank you.
Yeah, I wouldn't be upset.
Newly renovated ballpark.
I mean, what I would love more than anything else, and you work for Cal Poly Humboldt, so you would understand
I
this.
think I know exactly what you're going to say.
For Cal Poly Humboldt, that's a called strike right on the corner.
He was heading to first. And
count goes full 3-2, and I mean, that was pretty close to being a strike. Might have just just barely scraped the zone. 3-2 to Ethan Leo.
I love watching Jack softball. I think it's a lot of fun.
3-2 is swung on and missed strike 3, 2 away. Yeah, what I was going to say is that it would be fantastic if Cal Poly Humboldt could field an intercollegiate baseball team again.
They've been getting a club team from time to time, and the softball team is, again, a lot of fun to watch. I really enjoy checking them out there at the Redwood Field. But yeah, intercollegiate baseball at Cal Poly, can't beat that. That'd be great. 2 strikeouts for Crabs pitching this inning, and it would be huge for them to get out of this one with just 3 batters. It's a big opportunity here as the call goes 1-2. Brian Williams, Jr., center field for the Potters. 2-2 as that one drifts low and outside, 91 miles an hour now. 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Potters. 1 run, 3 hits, 0 errors for the Crabs. We're here in the top of the 7th. That one looks like it is right down the middle, 91 miles an hour, swinging hard at that one. 2-1 count now to the Potters center fielder.
All right, I'm back. Had to deal with something for a quick second.
I love calling play-by-play, but I feel like I'm on a tightrope. And I'm like, where did Liam go?
2-1 pitch is outside 3-1. I do run the booth, so I do have to deal with other
busy
things.
Man up here. A lot of little
every
knobs,
once in a while.
Switches and numbers. And
of course, Benjamin just
buttons.
decided to skip out on us tonight, so
yeah, he
off
went to
doing something other than being at the ballpark.
Quinceañera, if I'm not mistaken.
3-1
That's pretty
is
cool.
inside ball 4, so
Tough
Williams is going to walk.
After 2 strikeouts, looking at 2 strikes with an opportunity there, but puts a runner on.
Next up, number 25, Ty McGraw.
I'll bring in Ty McGraw. Just swung on and missed, 0-1. Well, we have a winner for the trivia. Don Hofacker, former Crabs umpire with the Steelheads and the Humble All-Stars. He got both of those names.
Texting it straight to Liam, flexing
right.
the contact muscles there.
Thanks,
that didn't
Don.
take very long. Nice job, Don. The Steelheads and the All-Stars.
Swung on and missed 0-2.
All-Stars is kind of a tough name for a farm team. I feel like they said that they changed it because they weren't All-Stars. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's...
And he also says that the Steelheads played at Bomber Field before the in Eureka before the B-52s started playing on it. Though, too, he swung on and fouled off at the plate off of McGraw's foot. That doesn't feel good. We'll do it again, 0-2.
The Cal Poly debate team in the, 10 years or so that I've been teaching there has debated changing the mascot a few times.
You are the head coach of, right?
I am, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I did that for 7 years. Great time there. And Steelhead is one of the names that they have posed in the past. It's a great mascot name.
Yeah, I know. In my time on the Lumberjack as a student, that's also been many an opinion piece.
Yes.
Should the name of the Cal Poly Humble mascot be changed?
Sasquatch is also a typical favorite.
0-2, Mrs. Way Up High 1-2. Of course, we were talking off air about College of the Redwoods.
Yes.
Possibly changing their mascot. They were going to change it to Wolves, and then it kind of got sent back to a community comment phase, so that hasn't officially happened yet.
Typically a pretty controversial process when mascots change. Personally, I think that's a good one.
Caught a piece of the zone according to TrackMan.
Needed that strike right there.
Oh my gosh. By the home plate umpire.
Catch him looking, strike him out right there. That would be big.
Just low.
Instead, the Potters are still alive.
2-2. Two pitch, runner goes, pitches way up high over the head of the catcher Forsyth, and Williams is obviously going to steal second uncontested. Which I think all of his steals have been uncontested.
It feels like every time they start to run, Forsyth gets a pitch that is just tough to handle, either low or too high, or he's got to lunge the wrong way for it. Big lead at second right now.
3-2 is popped up foul out of play.
I mean,
do it again, 3-2.
With 2 out, him going to third isn't the end of the world. If you're at second, you're at third, you're in scoring position. But he's daring him to throw it to second out there.
Two lone inside, ball 4. So McGraw works the walk, his second of the game.
Had a chance at a strikeout there, did Kohlberg, but just did not work out with the call from the umpire. So now there's 2 Potters on with 2 outs.
And a good hitter at the plate, and Adam Peniagua.
Oh, is that who's up? Yeah, their catcher, Adam Peniagua. He hit a sac fly in the 3rd. Out 6-3 in the 5th, 5-3 in the 1st.
Meeting on the mound between Caden Kohlberg and Liam Forsyth. Now Forsyth heads back behind the plate.
Yeah, the debate team at Cal Poly Humboldt just celebrated 100 years.
Very nice.
Pretty cool.
You're a part of that long history.
Yeah, I
pretty
want to get Greg Young up here someday. He's a big Crabs fan, and he coached that team for 21 years. Ooh. I say if he coached basketball, they would name a building after him.
Swung on and missed 0-1. Debate's hard.
It is really hard.
I can't even imagine.
It's a ton of work. And coming from here, traveling any team out of Humboldt is a big ask for coaches.
Oh, yeah.
Transportation, as you know, is not pleasant coming in and out of here.
Called strike well off the plate outside, but Kohlberg gets the call 0-2.
You can drive, you can fly. Either way, it's going to take you forever to get here.
Oh, yeah.
That's what makes it so special.
You're going to rack up those United miles. Though, too, runner goes from second, and the pitch is ruled just outside, 1-2, and that allows both runners to steal. So Williams steals third. McGraw steals second. Forsyth did not make a throw because he thought that was going to be a strike 3 call.
He was looking for strike 3, and it's another one of those.
That was going to be the inning. The 1-2 just misses low. Count goes to 2-2. Fans, including Matt Filar, just below me, are not happy, but
definitely a ball.
TrackMan had it low.
Although there's been plenty to complain about this inning
There
from
has.
the
There
umpire.
has. But this home plate umpire, he's been pretty consistent with that wide strike call, even
true.
though a couple of them have been a little bit egregious. Pitch is swung on it,
Big.
missed strike 3.
Big.
And Caden Colberg gets out of it here in the 7th. A big pitch stranding runners on 2nd and 3rd. That's going to do it for the Potters here in the top of the 7th. They lead 2-1 to the bottom of the 7th inning. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. Welcome back to F and 9th Streets, downtown Arcata. Bottom of the 7th inning, the Potters lead the Crabs 2-1. Going to be Forsyth, Hirschkorn, and Pappas due up against the new Potters pitcher, number 20, Tanner Warady. He pitched against the Crabs down in Lincoln last weekend.
We played the at Medford in a couple of weeks, but we'll be hosting them the weekend.
Go through some more Major League scores. As I said earlier, the Giants fortunately lost to the Chicago White Sox by a score of 1-0. Giants losing, getting swept by the Marlins, and then losing to the White Sox. Certainly not a great look. West Sacramento A's beating the Yankees 7-0. And ooh, the Dodgers losing to the Kansas City Royals 9-5. Love to see that.
That ought to pick you up right there. Yeah.
That makes me happy.
It's like 3 innings across 2 games pitched for Tanner Warady. Just not a whole lot of information here. 4 strikeouts, 1 win. ERA of 0.00.
We pitched an inning against the Crabs on the
actually
when we were down in Lincoln.
I have that.
Pitched to Forsyth outside 1-0.
Looks like he pitched 2 innings on the 21st.
That's right.
That might be it.
I think we only saw him in 1 appearance.
Yeah, it looks
I
like
believe.
it. Looks like it. Saw Reddick twice. There's a couple more we saw twice, but Kirby twice.
1-0. Ooh, another very wide strike, 1-1.
Now, if he's calling that last inning,
yeah,
no
I mean,
problem.
you can only do the whole consistency thing to a certain point, and then it does get a little bit ridiculous. I mean, that was a pretty ridiculous strike call. That was well off the plate outside. 1-1. Pitch just misses inside, 2-1. We've seen this before. I mean, there have been several games where the home plate umpire has just had a very wide strike zone. I don't remember seeing that in past seasons.
Benjamin has all sorts of cosmological theories
just been
about
saying
this.
something's in the water. Or,
Some large mass at home plate, he says, that's warping space-time.
Yep, that's right.
Neither one of us are qualified to talk about it.
Something is going on. I mean, both of you are academics, but maybe not in that field.
I'm not a philosophy professor. That's who you go to for your cosmological knowledge.
The 2-1 is swung on and missed, and it's 2-2.
I could be wrong about that.
Well, you're asking the wrong guy.
Yeah, I may not be very good at this part of my job. No, it's real fun going out and looking at stars with Benjamin. He's got some amazing telescopes, and he knows where everything is. It's amazing.
You could talk to the guy about telescopes for days.
And he will show you moons and planets and galaxies and nebulae.
I need to go out there with him someday. 2-2 is low and outside. Count goes full.
It's cold and dark, and he does quite a bit of cussing as he tries to get everything to work. Kind of like when he watches the Crabs lose, but it is very enjoyable.
I'm not shocked. That is Very on point with Benjamin.
Yeah. Good times.
Yeah, I bet he's doing that right now as we
Yeah,
speak.
this is a good time for it, too.
The 3-2 is a little nubber down to the shortstop who boots it and off of his glove and then off of his foot. And that's going to allow Forsythe to reach on the error, I assume.
It was a roller. He had plenty of opportunity to make the play on that. That was the Ryan Lee, the shortstop. Typically a real sure glove out there. He's made some really good plays for the Potters tonight and over the past couple of games that they've seen, but that one just got away from him. And the Crabs are in business. Nobody out, one on.
Sure, it doesn't feel good as a shortstop to boot it off of your glove and then kick it.
Yeah.
That's got to be really frustrating. So, good opportunity for the Crabs. Leadoff runner on via the Potters' error. Hirschkorn steps in, pitches in there for a called strike, 0-1. Second Potters' error of the game.
If you're in the bottom of the 7th, not a lot of opportunities for Humboldt. Got to start plating some runs right now. With nobody out, this feels like a big, big moment for the team.
Got to take advantage of Potters' mistake.
Out hit 6-3.
0-1, misses well outside, 1-1.
Only
Hirschkorn
down one.
did a good job to check his swing. Definitely wanted to go after that one. It's over to first, and Forsythe is back in safely. Kind of swam back to the bag there. One is fouled off the plate, and it's 1-2.
Fighting with that swing, it was low and it was off the tip of the bat, but with the strike zone, the ump is calling. You really got to stay aggressive.
I know, you really have to cover a lot of plate.
I feel like I've been saying that all season. You're right. It's
Puts a lot more pressure on the hitter for sure when the strike zone is that wide, especially away from you as a hitter.
right. Got to reach for those.
Throw over to first, and Forsythe back in safely again. Another close play.
They are keeping him close. Wondering what Forsythe's stealing numbers are. Let's find out. He stole 2 bags this year. Okay.
Well, he is the tying run also.
He is
so
also the tying
the
run.
1-2 called strike 3.
Wow.
One away, and
Wow.
I mean, that's a lot closer than some of the other strike calls we've seen in this game.
Very
so,
charitable thing for you to say, Liam.
yeah,
Playing the diplomat here.
yeah. I'm trying.
I
One-
can hear Benjamin from the top of the
one
hill
away.
shouting at the
Yeah,
umpire.
but Benjamin would not be saying that.
He would have muted his mic and be halfway out this window by now.
Yep. So one out, runner at first. I'll bring in Jacob Pappas. Pappas is a slow ground ball left side of the infield, picked up by the shortstop, long throw over to first, and gets Pappas 2 away, but going to second on the play is Liam Forsythe.
Looked like he had a chance to beat that one out, but the throw got there with 1 step to spare. Crabbies do move a runner up, though.
As far as game, the kids get to run the bases.
Shortstop Ryan Lee did not really have much of a chance at getting Forsythe at second, so big opportunity for the Crabs. Runner in scoring position with 2 away. I'm bringing Tate Medikoff.
Tate Medikoff had a big double back in the 5th inning, and again, it was that tough choice to send the runner that cost him the inning, but
That's right.
situation like this, if he were to do the same thing, he'd tie this ball game.
Medikoff right on the corner for a strike, 0-1.
77 miles an hour that time.
A 1 misses outside, and it's 1-1.
Thin band of fluffy purple-blue clouds coming in off the marsh or the bay there.
Yeah, pretty.
Really, really nice. Sun has completely set. A little bit of a breeze, but all the center field flags are down. The City Hall flags are pushing out towards the freeway.
Not much wind tonight. It was very windy last night. But
Yeah.
tonight, really, there has not been much wind.
Y'all were talking about how it would carry last night.
1-1, swung on and missed. It's 1-2.
Crabs running out of opportunities here. This has been a uncharacteristically low-scoring game for these two teams.
As long as the Crabs can keep it close, I definitely believe in them until the very end because they've had some good comebacks this season. A long look in from the pitcher Wardy. Now he sets. 1-2 pitch, low and outside, 2-2.
Going back to the 20th, the last 4 games these teams have played have been 5-3, 5-8, 14-5, and 10-14.
All fairly close, except for that game last Sunday in Lincoln. It kind of got away from the Potters late.
That was great.
2-2 swung on and missed strike 3 at the high inside pitch that Medikov chased at, and that's going to do it here for the Crabs. Here in the 7th, they trail 2-1 as we head to the top of the 8th. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. Welcome back to downtown Arcata, top of the 8th inning. Potters lead the Crabs by a score of 2-1.
Just some exciting Crabs baseball coming up in the next couple of days here. Tomorrow at 12:30 p.m., the Lincoln Potters finish this 3-game series with the Crabs. Hopefully they're getting swept. We'll see.
Will it be a rubber match or
Right?
will it be a chance for a sweep? We shall see.
Let's find out. July 1st at 7 p.m., the Marysville Giants are in town. They'll be here through the 2nd as well. The 4th of July, you can come to the Arcata Ballpark and watch the Crabs play more Pacific Empire League Baseball. Solano Mudcats. will be
Always
in
the
town.
Solano Mudcats on the 4th of July. That's been a long-time tradition.
Oh, fun. My birthday's on July 7th, so I'm getting excited.
So Tristan Russell will step in.
Is that our senator calling 50-50?
And so they're stopping the game because Mike McGuire, our state senator, is doing a 50-50 drawing in the middle of the game.
Is that something that happens? Is that
well,
something that Congress has the power to do, is stop baseball games?
We love Mike McGuire, but he has done this before. Just right in the middle of the baseball game, done the 50-50 drawing. And so the teams on the field will wait.
Standing around
for
looking pretty. Umpires like enough of this.
Actually, the home plate umpire is
Play
going to
ball.
call for play, so we're going to get going. Pitch to Russell, misses outside, 1-0. Well, Mike McGuire is a very busy man, and he has a lot of things to worry about. I wouldn't expect him to worry about when the game is actually on or not.
Who won
The
50-50 at the Arcata Ballpark?
in there for a called strike, and it's 1-1.
Oh, man, Crabs need a shutout inning here.
They do. One swung on and missed. 1-2. Just funny to me that the game where the Crabs relievers just have no command. They're winning.
Yeah.
And tonight the Crabs both the starter and the reliever have had great command, and the Crabs are down by 1. Just the way baseball goes. The 1-2 pitches up high, and it's 2-2.
Well, I think you said it last night that it really is like down to the pitching, it seems. Like both of these teams can hit the ball, and the question is which of the pitchers can maintain control throughout the whole game to keep the wild pitches low, keep the walks low, keep runners off the bases so that when the hits happen, it's not too bad. And both teams have done a pretty good job tonight, it feels like.
3-2 pitch is a high chopper to Sewell, who it hits off of his glove and goes into right field. That's going to be a base hit for Tristan Russell.
That was a tough call there for Sewell. He tried to get it off right off the bounce. It was a high chopper, and he wanted to catch it right off the bounce, but it bounced under his glove, and you could see right away it was pretty upset he missed that.
And Finn Warner, our official scorer, is also a middle infielder for the Humboldt Eagles, so he definitely knows how tough of a play that can be. I'll bring in Jason Hansen.
Playing for the Corsairs next year, you said.
That's right.
Very
Mr.
exciting.
Hansen, ooh, just misses high and inside, 1-0.
Potters scored in the 3rd and again in the 5th. Crabs were able to scrape one across in the 4th, 2-1 now.
Well, the Potters pitching has just been outstanding
It's been
tonight.
real good. The Crabs have 3 hits,
Throw
a
to
big
first,
double,
and Russell back in safely. The
a
Potters
little
pitching,
rainbow blooper, and then a mashed home run.
Potters pitching has been the best I've seen it in all the games they've played, including last weekend down in Lincoln. Runner goes, the 1-0 is a little looper out into right field. That's a base hit. Rounding second and heading for third is Tristan Russell. And they got
him.
Jason Hansen rounding first, and he is out. Jason Hansen went a little too wide around first base, and he is tagged out.
So that's a hit and then caught stealing. He wasn't stealing.
Well, just a hit, and he's tagged out.
Tagged out. Tristan Russell had a really good jump, and if he hadn't had to stop and look to see that ball bounced out in right field, and he had to stop and look back over his shoulder running from first to second. If he hadn't had to do that, he probably would have scored.
So runner at third with 1 out now, and they'll bring in Quentin Marsh. Marsh has swung on and missed, 0-1.
I said it earlier, and I'm going to say it again. It feels like when they start running, it's when they get these hits. So they're getting these hit and go opportunities that are just syncing up for the Potters. And it's fortunate it's only a 2-1 ball game right now.
Infield in all the way around. The 0-1 low and outside, and it's 1-1. Misses way inside, and it's 2-1. Misses low, and it's 3-1.
It's a bad time to start throwing balls.
Is popped up, foul territory, third base side. Keenan Morris right in front of the Crabs. Dugout makes the catch, 2 away. That is a huge out for the Crabs.
2 just really big outs for Humboldt.
Wait a second, are they calling it a foul ball because he was
he
over the out of bounds line?
He didn't look like he was past that line there.
No, 2 outs. They're signaling 2 outs.
Okay, good.
I thought the umpire was signaling foul ball for a second.
It looked like it for a minute. Yeah, it did. He had his hands out there.
2 away. Good catch.
Avoid that sack fly.
Keenan Morris. Just swung on and missed by Russell. 0-1.
Starting with a first pitch strike. Big opportunity for Kohlberg here to get out of trouble.
0-1 in there for a called strike. 0-2.
Why not? 80 miles an hour, up and out.
Maybe a bit up according to TrackMan, but
looked pretty high. Oh, that's not too bad.
Kohlberg and the Crabs will take that call.
Yes, we will.
0-2, high and outside, 1-2. Oh, the runner's coming in from third. The play at the plate, and they got him. Trying to steal home was Tristan Russell, and the Crabs foil that. And that's going to do it for the Potters here in the top of the 8th, trying to steal a run. And they still lead 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. You're listening to Crabs Baseball 107.3 FM. Welcome back to downtown Arcata, bottom of the 8th inning. Potters lead the Crabs by a score of 2-1 and only 2-1 after a heads-up play by Caden Colbert.
Clutch.
Catching the Potters runner trying to steal home. And a new pitcher on the mound for the Potters.
I took my off the ball, I'll admit it. I was looking down at my notebook and everything, and you heard the noise in the ballpark, and he threw it to home plate with plenty of time to make the tag.
Heads-up play. I mean, that doesn't happen very often, so you could easily get caught asleep on plays like that.
Who was it that he caught stealing? Was it, I mean, look, no, it wasn't. I was like, is that
It was
Brian Williams
Tristan
Jr.?
Russell.
But yeah, it was Tristan Russell. In either case, just really, really heads up.
New pitcher for the Potters is number 28, Connor Doucet.
He has pitched 7 innings in 7 games for these Potters. He's given up 1 hit, 3 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Last pitch against the Crabs, according to my notes on the 21st, pitched 1 inning of that 5-8 loss.
Interesting. I was going to say I didn't remember him facing the Crabs, but obviously I am wrong. He did.
Came in to close, it looks like.
Although they used 15 pitchers over 3 games.
They have so many pitchers. We've seen several tonight that aren't on this list. And again, there were 8 different pitchers on the 22nd. That's a lot of pitchers.
All right, Michael Peraza will step in. Crabs trying to take the series, but
stay undefeated at home, Crabbies. Let's do it.
Pitch to Peraza in there for a called strike, 0-1. The only Crab with the big hit tonight has been Cameron Sewell. Launched a home run out to right field onto the roof of City Hall. That has been the offense.
Medikoff drove a run to second, but went nowhere.
That is right. The runner was cut down at the plate. 0-1. Swung on and missed 0-2. That was also a big hit.
Either way, Lincoln has out-hit Humboldt 8-3 tonight, and it's still just a 1-run game.
You got to give Lincoln credit. They're great pitching and, of course, great defense.
At the same time, Liam, the word you've used all years for these Crabs is gritty.
That's right.
And they
0-2.
are
High and outside, 1 and 2. I am not counting them out.
in there.
Not counting them out by any stretch. This game is far from over. I would say that if either team was leading. I mean, the Potters have come back from big deficits. The Crabs have come back from big deficits.
And the later innings have been fairly exciting.
Yes. The 1-2 in the dirt, and it's 2-2.
Here's hoping for more excitement as we roll through the bottom of the 8th.
Yes. Hopefully that excitement ends in a Crabs win.
Last night they wanted a quiet night. Tonight we need some noise.
No matter what, it's Pacific Empire League play, so it's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
2-2 called strike 3. A great pitch from Doucet, right on the inside part of the plate, 1 away. Peraza did not like the call, and neither did some of these fans, but according to TrackMan, that was a good pitch.
Leading the lineup for your Humboldt Crabs.
Just
And
the-
that's going to bring in Keenan Morris.
It's just the second year of the Pacific Empire League, but it's pretty exciting play if you ask me.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
great to have championship play to look forward to.
Yeah.
And as we said before, Crabs were in it until the end of the season last year. Outside looking in at the end. But
6 good teams.
yeah,
A lot of good organizations in this league. It's great for the Crabs to be in a league and to play meaningful games. I think
Right.
that's really important. Pitch to Morris is a high drive, high pop fly out to right field. The right fielder racing
That's
it.
it.
That's going to drop for a base hit. And Morris is going to have a bloop single.
just going to repeat what I said at the beginning of the game. He's going to get a hit. He's going to get a walk. At some point, he's going to get a run. Let's go. He's out
you can
there.
you can just write it in the scorebook before the game. You don't even have to
Yeah.
actually watch.
If we can write it now, then we're going to have an opportunity for a tie ball game.
That's
So
right.
let's go.
Dropped it right between the second baseman and the right fielder. That's going to bring in Tyler Howard.
It's Morris's third time on base if you count that E5 in the sixth,
Yeah.
which I will.
Morris starts to go and then stops. Pitches a called strike,
Just
0-1.
Brutal first strike pitch there. 89 around the knees in the strike zone.
Unfortunately, the scorebook is not going to count the errors and outed. The umpires are going out to talk to the pitcher, Doucet.
What's going on there?
I'm
Giving him a different ball?
not sure why. They're giving him another baseball. So, okay, they're assigning a ball to Tyler Howard. So the count's 1-1. The count's 1-1. I believe that is a pitch clock violation.
Is that a thing?
So my understanding is that, and I know Don Hofacker is watching, so maybe he can add to it, but that there is a pitch clock. It's just not, displayed on the field.
It's just a 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi kind of situation going on there. Either way, it's a 1-1 count
Or
with 1 out.
Finn just told me it could have been a situation where the pitcher licked the baseball and then went to go touch it, which is also not allowed. So
And gross.
1-1, pitch is low and inside. Runner goes, a play at
Safe.
second,
Call him
and
safe.
Morris is in there.
Keenan Morris should be arrested. Someone stop that man. He is just a master at stealing bases for these
Yeah.
Humboldt Crabs.
Theft over and over.
No one tell APD that Keenan Morris is on the base path.
Yeah, that's right. Well, the police department's out in right field. They're not doing a thing about it.
It's because they're Crabs
Yeah,
fans.
that's right. Arcata Police Department, they're on our side.
Krabby's in scoring position. Let's go.
2-1. Oh, that's a tough call.
Wow.
Called strike off the
That's a
lower
pretty good
outside
pitch.
corner, 2-2.
Looked worse than it was again, but that's close on that margin.
It didn't look close watching it, but then you look at
Yeah.
the TrackMan, and that was
That's
not
it.
too far off. So
That's happened to me a couple times tonight. It's just that angle we're at up here, I
that's
think.
right.
Oh, this is a big at-bat.
2-2 swung on a missed strike 3. That was a filthy pitch from Doucet. I mean, it looked like a slider tailing away from Tyler Howard, and he whiffed at it, 2 down.
Well, here he is, Cameron Sewell. If anybody can give the Crabs a lead, it's got to be this guy. Between Sewell and Edyart, we got two of the biggest batters for the Crabs coming up, but with 2 out, this is going to have to be the guy that makes something happen.
Cameron Sewell, can he come through again? Get his second RBI of the game, or maybe even third.
Landed one in Arcata Bay back in the 4th. Crabs fans want it.
Pitch to Sewell, low and inside, 1-0.
We'll take it. He's calling those strikes, but not that time. Just clutch, tight baseball here in Arcata.
It's been a really good game,
This
and
has
of
been a
course,
great
it's the
game.
game that Benjamin misses. I
Yep,
mean, the
yep,
baseball
yep.
gods just don't like Benjamin. I think that's the only conclusion we can come to. The 1-0, pitch is low and inside, 2-0. Last night was a good game in that the Crabs won, but
It was so painful
it was
at the
not
end.
a well-played baseball game.
Just listening to the tone of your voices there from the 8th inning on, it was pretty evident that there was some
Tonight-
concern.
Yeah, tonight, up until this point, has been a very well-played baseball
Yeah.
game, I would say.
Yeah, Crabs have been really keeping this one close, and they've got an opportunity to just break Lincoln's heart, but they need to manufacture.
2-0.
That's it.
It's a ground
That's
ball right up the middle.
Oh,
That's a
what a
base hit.
Come on,
Coming
Keenan.
around
Come on,
third
Keenan.
and coming in to
Tied.
score is Keenan Morris. And Cameron Sewell has both of the Crabs RBIs. And this game is tied at 2.
You can count on Cameron Sewell. He had a 3-run shot last night to give the Crabs a lead. Tonight, it is a straight golf shot right up the center of the infield, right past the second base. It hit the crease out there and took a big hop.
Yeah.
And Keenan Morris was going home from the beginning. He wanted to tie this ball game, and he did. RBI for Sewell. Go Crabs, go.
Man, Cameron Sewell is red hot right now. That'll bring in Adam Enyart.
Yeah, between Morris and Sewell, I think these Lincoln Potters have had enough of those two.
Yeah, they don't want to see these guys anymore.
Let's go, Adam.
Unfortunately, I think they will be seeing them tomorrow.
One more game tomorrow.
Enyart is fouled off to the right, 0-1. Sewell was going on the play, but he's going to have to return to first. And this crowd here at the Arcata Ballpark is hyped.
Crabs getting aggressive here, too. They know that it's going to take a bunch of runs late in the game to put these Potters away. 0-1 count to Enyart here. I'd love to see him get in front of this if he could. He's going to have to take some tough pitches with a big zone, though.
Misses low, and it's 1-1.
Tight spot now for Doucette. Lincoln trying to beat the Crabs for just the second time in the last 4. This will be the 5th game.
Well, as you said, if the Crabs win, they take the season series.
And stay undefeated at home.
That's right, even more important. Runner goes,
Come on.
pitches a called strike to throw to second's on the wrong side of the bag, and Sewell's going to steal second.
In there standing up as the catcher for the Potters just kind of bounced that one out there.
Pitch was called a strike. It's 1-2, and Robin Guyver is going to go out to talk to Adam Enyart for just a second, and now Adam Paniagua is going to go out to talk to his pitcher, Connor Doucet.
Just a whole lot of excitement and advice coming from the Arcata faithful here as we are sitting at the bottom of the 8th with a tie baseball game. The Potters plated 1 in the 3rd and 1 in the 5th. The Crabs 1 in the 4th and 1 here in the 8th. They are looking for more, looking for their first lead of the ball game.
Liam Forsythe, on deck here, went out to talk to Adam Enyart, and then Robin Guyver, the manager, went out to talk to Adam Enyart. So Enyart's getting a lot of advice.
I have some. Hit the ball, Adam.
I know, exactly. Hit it onto the freeway, please.
Mash it like a potato. Let's go. Little wood smoke smell coming in the booth here. Love the Pacific
I feel
Northwest.
like I'm at a campfire.
Right?
now.
Tell people Arcata feels like a campground sometimes. Let's go.
1-2, a slow chopper down the third base
Foul.
line, foul.
Thank goodness.
1-2.
Listen, we promised excitement here in the later innings, and these teams are coming through.
Well, I've been telling people
Pretty good.
this past week, I mean, these Pacific Empire
Yeah.
League games mean a lot. They are very exciting. If you want to come out to any Crabs games, look at that schedule and look at which games have the Pacific Empire League logo on them. Those are the games you want to go to.
Next Pacific Empire League game is when the Solano Mudcats are in town for the 4th of July, and you don't want to miss that.
That is a good weekend to be at the Arcata Ballpark, although 4th of July, you want to get here early.
Early.
The line is going to be all the way down F Street to get into the ballpark.
Bring some sunscreen.
Yeah.
Hope for sun.
1-2 pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. A great pitch from Connor Doucet, but the Crabs get a run. They tie it up 2-2 as we head to the top of the 9th. You're listening to exciting Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM. back to F and 9th Streets here in downtown Arcata. Top of the 9th inning. We are tied at 2 between the Potters and the Crabs. Cameron Sewell with both RBIs. Caden Kohlberg out for another inning of work.
And Kohlberg's been pretty good. He's been keeping the Potters off of home plate. It has been an exciting ball game. The Crabs have tied it twice, and Lincoln just keeps pulling away. Looks like the Solano-Healdsburg game has gone final at 14-2. Stockton put up 4 runs in the 6th. They have a 7-2 lead over the Medford Rogues, who are currently ahead of the Crabs in the Pacific Empire League. I guess that's not a,
well, unfortunately,
a league game, so that won't count. But
it's not going to matter. But
listen, I want them to lose anyway.
I like the Rogues. They're one of the other teams in this league that I have a soft spot for. Pitch to Tyler Russell is low, 1-0, and that's mostly because their owner, Dave May, every time we come up there to Medford, he just treats us so unbelievably well. He feeds the team. I believe he takes the team out bowling. The 1-0 is foul back, cool. 1-1. Great ballpark, great booth. Their booth is huge.
Oh, cool.
Has bathrooms in there.
What?
I know.
But do they have blueberries?
No.
See what I'm saying?
Don't have blueberries, and they don't have a band, so.
Yeah.
But
whatever.
I like the Rogues.
Bush League.
The 1-1.
No offense, Medford. It's really cool to hear that there's such hospitality.
2-2.
I really love that kind of hospitality.
Yeah, it's great. I encourage all Crabs fans to make the trip up to Medford early July if you can.
Is that why Benjamin's going?
Well, I tell Benjamin, if you're going to go to any one road city, it's got to be Medford. Pitch is fouled off to the right, 1-2. Ooh, that hits something based on the crowd reaction. I also have a soft spot for the Solano Mudcats because Vacaville is basically my second home.
There you go.
And they used to play at Wilsey Wood High in Vacaville. Used to watch their games there. The 1-2 is they're at 2-2.
Healdsburg doesn't show up in Arcata until July 18th.
That's going to be a huge.
That's going to matter.
Series.
That's going to really matter. They have the Rogues after that. Otherwise, that's the end of the league play for the Crabs.
I want to sweep there.
It's going to need to happen.
2-2 called. Strike 3. Perfect pitch from Kohlberg. 1 away.
Just a clutch strikeout for Kohlberg. He's been doing pretty good. I want to say that's his 4th since he came on. Did he show up in the 7th inning? Am I doing this right?
He came in the 6th.
In the 6th, yeah. So that's his 4th strikeout.
Kohlberg has been on it.
He's given up a couple hits and a couple walks, but he has kept the Potters quiet.
I'll bring in Ryan Lee. Pitch just swung on and missed. 0-1.
Just piped him down the middle at 78 there. Big swing with nothing to show.
The one swung on and missed again. 0-2.
Pitcher count. This is exactly what we want. Let's get a quick inning. Walk him off.
The crowd here would like that very much.
I would like that very much.
We all would like that very much. The 0-2 is outside, 1-2.
Listen, 2 strikes, you're going to throw a ball, but that was way out there.
Oh, come on. You got to get a walk-off win when the president of the California Senate is here, Mike McGuire. The 1-2 called. Strike 3, 2 away.
Make that 5 strikeouts. This one looking, and he can grouch about it all he wants. It was a little outside, but
it's been called a strike all night.
It has, and the Crabs could have sat him down sooner if he was calling those in the last inning. So
still a tough call, though. I give him some credit.
I would be upset if I were standing there in the top of the 9th.
Bring in Ethan Liao. I mean, it's difficult for hitters to cover that far outside of the plate. I mean, when they're called strikes out there, it just makes it really hard. Pitches a called strike, 0-1.
Liao has struck out twice. He hit a single in the 3rd and a double in the 5th. Came home on a wild pitch and a sac fly.
0-1 misses low, and it's 1-1.
Boy, after last night, the pitching has really held up here.
Yeah, I'll say. The 1-1 is a slow grounder to the shortstop. Peraza gloves it, throws to first. That's going to do it here in the ninth. Caden Kohlberg with 4 outstanding innings. We're tied at 2 as we head to the bottom of the ninth inning. Crabs with a chance to walk it off and send everyone home happy. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. Welcome back to downtown Arcata, bottom of the ninth inning. We are tied at 2. Crabs with a chance to send everyone home happy. Due up for the Crabs, Forsyth, Hirschkorn, Pappas against the new pitcher for the Potters. It is number 19, Evan Williams. Number 19, Evan Williams on the mound for the Potters. In a very tight, well-played, low-scoring ball game. Great pitching all around.
Just an outstanding baseball game. It has been nip-tuck for both teams. The Crabs have had to deal with more runners on the plates. The Potters have out-hit the Crabs 8-5. The margin's been even bigger than that earlier in this game, but the Crabs have just managed to keep it close. Tie ball game. Just every opportunity you want to end it tonight, take the season series, move up in the standings. I think this would put the Crabs in sole position of second place in the Pacific Empire League. Hard to overstate the value of this inning right here, this half inning.
You want to create as much separation in the PEL standings as you can, because it's going to be real tight. It's going to get real bunched up.
Yeah, Lincoln doesn't lose a whole lot of baseball games either, so.
First pitch to Forsyth in the dirt, 1-0.
Boy, this guy's got a big tuck out there on the mound. He bunches up, rips it. This is Evan Williams, you said?
Evan Williams.
Pitched 2 innings on the 20th when the Crabs won. That might be the last time they saw him, yeah.
1-0. In there for a called strike, 1-1.
At least one of these games went to extra innings. Do you remember which one it was? Was it the...
in Lincoln?
In Lincoln, yeah.
That was the game on Friday.
Went to 11?
11 innings. The 1-1. In there for a called strike. Just caught the corner. It's 1-2.
Yeah. Liam Forsyth is not happy with that call, but it's closer than some of the other ones have been.
Just scraped the zone barely. Definitely close enough to be called a strike. 1-2 fouled, straight back. We'll do it again, 1-2. So for those who don't know, if we do go to the 10th inning, the automatic runner rule will be in effect. A runner will be placed on second base to start the 10th for both teams.
Benjamin Schaefer's favorite player in all of baseball.
Benjamin is happy that he is not watching tonight, but that is only if the Crabs don't win it here. 1-2 is fouled back again, 1-2.
Could be merely academic, and if it is, this crowd is going to make some noise.
Going to erupt. A great crowd tonight.
Everybody's still here. Yeah, 50-50 has been called, and everybody is waiting to see what happens. It is dark. The lights are on.
If you left after the 50-50, that's your fault.
Shameful.
The 1-2 is swung on and missed strike 3. A
Big
really
hack.
good breaking ball from Evan Williams, 78 miles per hour, and Forsyth is well out in front, one away.
Yeah, definitely fooled him on that one.
And that's going to bring in Houston Hirschkorn.
Houston Hirschkorn.
He's got a single in the 5th. He struck out in the 7th and was out 5-3 in the 2nd.
Sutter Moss is on deck. He would be pinch hitting for Jacob Pappas. Pitch to Hirschkorn inside 1-0.
Bobby's got some good advice on YouTube
1-0 in there for a call strike, 1-1.
for Potters batters that don't like the call. It's good to see Crabs fans showing up with a little tip there for the other team.
Yeah, doing the Mike Krukow, grab some pine meat. 1-1 is a slow grounder
out.
to the
Let's go.
third
Let's go.
baseman, gloves it, throw to first, good play, 2 down.
That was a pretty good play, and he was running hard, but he did not have a chance. 6-3, 2 out. Could be looking at extra innings here in Arcata.
So Sutter Moss is going to pinch hit for Jacob Pappas, and Sutter Moss, he only hits the ball 1 speed, and that's hard. Good guy to have up against a righty.
Hitting .236 this year. He does have 3 home runs, 55 at-bats, 13 hits, 14 runs, 17 RBIs. Been walked 15 times, 21 strikeouts, second on the team. Arcata faithful asking for it.
Sutter Moss fouled straight back, 0-1. He was right on that pitch.
First pitch hacking there, 86, top of the zone, and he just got under it. Big time for a 4th home run this year. Let's go, Sutter.
0-1, it hit off of the Potters catcher and then off the mask of the umpire, 1-1. Pitcher's outside. One, called strike, 1-2, and just got a little piece of the zone. Fans aren't happy, but good call.
Kind of a truncated delivery that time. Still a big bunch, but a quicker release.
1-2, fouled straight back.
Staying alive. 80 miles an hour just outside there for Sutter Moss.
Do it again, 1-2.
Staying gritty there. Needs a hit. 2 out, 2-2. Michelle Lewis, come on, Crabbies. That's right. 200 on YouTube. That's
1-2
fun.
pitch in the dirt, 2-2. That is it's a high number. That might be the most we've had at one time.
I was going to say it was 187 a couple innings ago, but 222 now and a full park here.
Big shout out to everyone watching. I'm sure a lot of Potters fans watching as well. So we welcome even Potters fans who are watching the broadcast. The 2-2 just low. Count goes full, 3-2. The Potters did show me some great hospitality down there in Lincoln. So set me up in a good spot right in front of the booth. So
yeah,
big shout out to the Potters organization.
And also, go Crabs.
Yeah, well, yeah. I know who signs my paychecks. The 3-2 is low, ball 4.
There we go, all right.
So Sutter Moss works the walk. So the winning run is at first.
There it is.
That's going to bring in Tate Medikoff, who almost had an RBI double in the 5th inning, but unfortunately Hirschkorn was thrown out at the plate.
He was not close. It was a reasonable call to send him, but it was a tough one, and this would be the moment to make it right. Send this place into the stratosphere. Krabby fans want it.
Medikoff is popped up down the left field line. The left fielder doesn't see it, and he's going to make the catch at the very last second right near the foul line, and that's going to do it. here in the bottom of the 9th. Free baseball. We head to the 10th, tied at 2. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM.
A brand new.
Welcome back to downtown Arcata, top of the 10th inning. We are in extra innings, tied at 2. Caden Kohlberg out for his 5th inning of work. And extra inning automatic runner rule is in effect, so Ethan Liao made the last out in the 9th. He will be standing at second base to start the 10th inning. Due up for the Potters will be Williams, McGraw, and Paniagua.
Brian Williams Jr. has walked. He hit a single in the 3rd. He reached on a fielder's choice in the 5th. Boy, you really can't ask for more exciting baseball here on Saturday night. It was 10-14 last night, 2-2 tonight, and it was 2-1 until the 8th.
Well, Benjamin picked a good night to not be here. Sorry, Benjamin.
The baseball gods have spoken.
Yep.
They've picked their favorite. He's sitting right here.
I don't want tomorrow to be a bad game, but if Benjamin comes back and tomorrow is a bad game, then
we'll have
obviously
all
the baseball gods are not on his side.
Ergo, as they say.
Yes. All right, here we go. Extra innings here at the Arcata Ballpark.
Need a shutout here.
Yeah, I mean, it is huge if you're the home team to keep the automatic runner from scoring in the top of the inning. It gives you a big advantage going into the bottom of the inning.
Right. I feel like that first batter is a big out.
Pitch to Williams, misses inside 1-0.
Debbie and Kathy joining us on YouTube saying, let's go Crabs.
Let's go Crabs. A huge game tonight. A win would give the Crabs not only this series, but the season series with the Potters. Spin and turn around to second. Looking Liao back to second base is Kohlberg.
With Medford losing tonight, Crabs would move into second place in the Pacific Empire League behind just Healdsburg at that point.
Although the Rogues were playing a non-league game.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I keep making that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it doesn't really matter all that much. The 1-0 misses up high, 2-0.
68 at the time of first pitch, 59 degrees here on the North Coast now. That's coastal baseball.
Love it.
Time for hoodies.
That's right.
Long look at second.
To a pitch, Williams shows bunt and bunts it into foul territory and drops foul right in front of the Crabs dugout down the third base line.
It's not often
2-1.
you see a bunt turn into a pop fly that the third baseman's got to play at. I don't know that happens too often.
If there's anybody that's going to be making a play on that, it's Keenan Morris.
Yeah, he was ready for it.
Throw back to second.
Oh,
and he just got back.
That was
Liao
close.
just got back. The entire
Boy.
Crabs team, the crowd, all of us up here in the booth thought they had Ethan Liao picked off.
Pappas looked pretty upset, and he was right there at second base when that came in. He put both of his
boy.
hands on his head, was running around in circles, just outraged with the safe call.
That was close.
Real close. He's got a big lead. He's just daring him to try it.
Showing bunt again, and the 2-1 bunted foul down the third base line, 2-2. Almost a great bunt from Brian Williams Jr., but just took a left turn.
Yeah, it died when it hit the ground. Just on the other side of the foul line, though. Gosh, that pickoff would have been good.
Ugh.
Needed it.
And that was a great move from Caden Kohlberg.
It was a great
Spin
move.
around and a great throw.
Just
and
threw a dart.
I guess Ethan Liao just got under the tag. I mean, hard to tell from up here.
Looked pretty good to me.
Looked good to me, but also I can't say with 100% certainty that umpire was wrong.
I will.
2-2 is popped up foul. Foul territory down the right side. We'll do it again, 2-2.
You can always count on me to.
Yeah, well, Benjamin would go the same way too, probably.
Right, I'm doing the best I can to fill in his chair.
You are sitting in his chair right
some
now.
large
so
empty shoes over here, but I'm doing my
exactly.
best.
Oh, you're doing a good job of that. Although you have not yelled out the window once. So.
No, and I have said points, so
Yeah.
there's a lot lacking here.
Yeah. Well, that second one is all right, but we need you to get more fired up.
Got
Maybe
it.
Benjamin. The 2-2 just misses outside. Count goes full 3-2.
Oh boy,
That's been called a strike tonight.
it's been called a strike tonight, but it was way outside.
Yeah.
All sorts of feedback for our umpire tonight from the Arcata faithful.
Exactly.
I love that. Lots of cheerful advice.
3-2
That's
swung
it.
on and missed strike 3. Big strikeout for Caden Kohlberg, one away.
Really needed that strikeout there. When you've got that runner standing out there on second base, you just don't want any kind of contact at all. They were looking to bunt. They had a couple of good opportunities, but just couldn't make it happen.
He's a dangerous hitter in Ty McGraw.
Yeah. I feel like at this point of the lineup, it's just all trouble from the Potters.
Automatic runner stands at second with 1 out. Pitch to McGraw. Good breaking ball from Kohlberg in there for a strike. It's 0-1.
Strikes out the last pitcher, or the batter getting in front of this guy. This is exactly what you want to see from Kohlberg. He has been lights out here late in this game.
I've said he's either lights out or he has trouble with command. He has been the former tonight.
Let's stick with it.
A 1 foul straight back just over our heads. 0-2.
Jonah Fraga started the Crabs out tonight. He pitched really, really well. Gave up 1 run on basically a wild pitch and then a sac fly.
Yeah, Fraga's 2 starts, and both of them have been outstanding, both against the Potters.
Keeping the Potters at bay. That's meaningful.
Couple looks back to second. 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed strike 3. 2 away. Foul tip into the glove. 2 huge strikeouts for Caden Kohlberg.
That is 7 strikeouts for Kohlberg since he came on in the 6th, and they are in the most critical part of the game. When the Crabs are losing opportunities in other games, he's coming in and keeping things quiet here. He needs 1 more big out.
Paniagua steps in with that runner at second. 2 outs.
It's like the bullpen's quiet for both teams.
This is Kohlberg's inning. Pusha Paniagua misses low. 1-0. Would be huge if the Crabs could get out of the top of the 10th with no damage and then have the automatic runner at second to start the bottom of the 10th inning. 1-0 in the dirt.
Turn
and
it
it's
over to
2-0.
the top of the lineup, too, if I'm not mistaken, for the Crabs. They've got Peraza, and then we'll be looking at Keenan Morris.
That's
again.
right. 9-1-2 due up.
It's a good spot. Kathy, KWC, whole bunch of people in the chat cheering these Crabs on. Folks all over wanting this to go well right now for Kohlberg.
2-0, fouled straight back to the screen. It's
Just
2-1.
got a little piece of that.
A ground ball to shortstop Peraza. He gloves it, throws to first, and that's going to be the inning. Crabs get out of the 10th with no damage done. They'll have the runner at second to start the bottom of the 10th. We're tied at 2. You're listening to exciting Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM. Welcome back to downtown Arcata. We are in the bottom of the 10th inning, tied at 2. Tate Medikoff will be standing at second base. He's the automatic runner in extra innings. Due up for the Crabs will be Peraza, Morris, and Howard.
Caden Kohlberg was pumped coming off the mound at the end of last inning, and he deserves to be. He has thrown a spectacular game so far.
He's been cold tonight.
Both pitchers just doing everything they can to keep one of the bigger offenses from the Pacific Empire League quiet, and now they've got a chance. Another one to walk them off.
Well, in 10 innings for the Crabs, they've only used 2 pitchers.
That's amazing. I was double checking this, wondering if this is true.
Which is pretty remarkable.
And I told you, when you look at the Crabs Potters games, it's the Potters throwing 8 people out there to pitch, and the Crabs with 3. KWC's rooting on their favorite crustaceans from San Diego.
Looks like,
that's exciting.
Timmy Reed is going to be pinch running at second base, replacing Tate Medikoff, who was the automatic runner at second. So a little more speed.
Folks listening in San Diego, folks listening on G Street. That's Crabs baseball right there.
That's right.
North G, South G. It's a long street. It's hard to know which one.
Long meeting for the Potters, just breaks up. Crabs with a chance to take not only this series, but the season series against the Potters tonight.
I think this would put them at 14-0 at home, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe you're right.
Crabs would move to 19-3.
All right, here we go, bottom of the 10th. Peraza shows bunt, it's way inside, pulls it back and takes it for a ball 1-0. Hey, Senator McGuire is still here. Give him a ton of credit.
How many cookies are left?
Sitting right below us, actually.
Do you feel like the ghost runner on second leads to more bunting in baseball? I feel like the answer is yes.
I would think so. The 1-0 is bunted foul, 1-1.
And personally, I think it's an exciting play. Like, I like bunts. I think it's a fun way to
bunting is a great part of the game.
Yeah, offense.
Good strategy.
Yep. And here, it's just really exciting. It's the kind of thing that I don't know you would practice a lot with, but in these moments, it's huge.
Well, it's part of the reason why I miss the old National League game with the pitcher hitting. You see a lot.
Yeah.
Saw that a lot more.
Right.
The 1-1, Peraza shows, but it's off of the glove of the catcher and gets away, and Timmy Reed is going to head to third.
That's it. That's exactly what we need. And it's like one of the only times it's happened to the Potters tonight, but it's a wild pitch. It's moving a Krabby up. The Crabs gave the Potters one of those early in this game, and if the Potters reciprocate, it will be lights out for Lincoln.
Crabs are in prime position to win this game. Runner at third, nobody out.
Just
bottom of the 10th inning.
blast it deep.
Infield in all the way around.
Just need a big towering hit.
2-1, misses outside, it's 3-1.
He puts this out high into center field. Fans are going home happy after a long comeback by these Crabs. They have fought hard to look at their first lead in this ball game.
3-1, swung on and missed.
Oh, man.
3-2, Peraza was trying to end the game on that swing.
He was 87 from the pitcher and right down Main Street there.
Three-2, fly ball down the left
boy.
field line, out of play, foul. Do it again, 3-2.
Foul ball brought to you by Baywood Golf and Country Club.
Keenan Morris on deck over there.
3-2 pitch. Out of play off to the left again.
Swinging big, just real big swings. He knows he's got to drive this deep to give that runner at third an opportunity, but he doesn't even want it to be a sac fly. He wants to end this one right now.
Good battle from Michael Peraza.
It would be Peraza's first home run of the season, and boy, would it be a thriller.
3-2 is a ground ball.
Go, go,
Past
go.
the
That's
third
it.
baseman.
That's it.
This ball
That's
game
it.
is over. Crabs
it.
win.
Michael
Crabs
Peraza
win.
just sends it down the left field line, right past the hot plate. He's got no play. It is mayhem in center field as the Crabs are mobbing each other. What a
What
win.
a game.
They do not come much prettier than that. Lincoln takes a lead in the third. The Crabs tie it up. Lincoln takes the lead back. The Crabs tie it up. The Crabs hold fast. You've got to give this one to Kohlberg. He threw an outstanding game late, giving the Crabs every opportunity they needed to win. Liam, what do you have to say about that? My
Yeah,
gosh.
I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself. Caden Kohlberg was a huge reason why the Crabs were able to win this game. Michael Peraza just poking one down the third base line, right past the dive of the Potters third baseman, Jason Hansen. The Crabs take not only this series here at home, they take the season series against the Potters. What a game.
Who's beating the Crabs at home this year, Liam?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Absolutely nobody.
How's your blood pressure, Liam?
Oh, man.
It's through the roof.
Benjamin Schaefer, I am sorry you had to miss this game. This was a bad game to miss, buddy. But
Outstanding
we'll welcome
ball
you right
game.
back here tomorrow. We will be back here tomorrow.
Don't miss it.
12:30. Benjamin and Aaron will be on the call. You've been listening to exciting Crabs baseball as they win 3-2 on 107.3 FM. Good night, everyone.
Crabs, go.